we figured you might want to hear or see the old school intro, which was 2 moon bases ago. Because we haven't, we obviously, in before we should reshoot that jokes. We know that.
I'm really glad we now shoot in sync with the hertz rather than out of it.
It was, I don't remember exactly what camera that was, but it was that interfering with the refresh rate of the fluorescent lights was no bueno.
I think we should try to get like a camera that shoots at the same frequency as the lights, but perfectly out of phase.
Yes.
So that it looks like the lights are always off.
There's actually some really good artwork that's been done that way, but...
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, welcome to the Crapshoot. This is the one for this cycle of Crapshots. You'll get another one in like 6 months or something. And
if you're good.
If you're good, yeah. And for those who haven't seen this before, and as a reminder for those who have, during this stream, we are going to attempt, and we've been pretty successful at it so far, we're going to attempt to write and shoot and edit a Crapshot, one of our short sketches over the course of the whole thing. Examples of ones that have been done on Crapshoots past. James looked this up. From the Crapshot bracket, the highest rated one that came from a Crapshoot. In fact, the 3rd ever Crapshoot is this one. I don't remember exactly what it's called. The Shipping, I think?
Yeah, the shipping.
Yeah. But we have it ready for you to watch just as a amuse-bouche.
My boosh.
Now.
Sign here.
I wonder why that was so highly placed.
It's just funny to watch James get hit in the head with a box. I think.
Good job.
It's
Real
a good noise.
Yeah.
So our to-do list, hit James in the face.
He's not in the room to complain about it.
Yes.
So yeah, we've done. So here's the thing: there are limitations. Obviously, it's got to be something that we can film within the confines of the new moon base. That doesn't mean that it needs to be us playing ourselves. We could be characters. There's sets we can arrange.
Finagle.
Hypothetically, there's a green screen to use. Also good watching the editing part of the Crapshot where Graham cut together all the takes of James getting beamed by a box. We did throw that box at James several times.
We had to be sure.
Safety.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
for safety.
got to get just exactly the right thing.
Coverage.
Yeah.
We'll probably use the first one.
Yeah. What?
This is all we're going to do. If the people at home want to help, how should they help? Perhaps by going to a certain website.
Oh, yes, of course. Everything that we do here at Loading Ready Run is, of course, brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. We really appreciate that. And other ways that you can support us is by becoming a subscriber on our Twitch, twitch.tv, for those of you who are watching live on Twitch. We are also simulcasting on YouTube, becoming a YouTube member, as at least one person already has. I'm trying to keep an eye on the YouTube chat, but primarily everyone in the room is seeing the Twitch chat today. So if people want to chuck suggestions around, that would be the better place to do it. But hello, YouTubers. I do see you there.
YouTubists?
YouTubists, yeah. What was the other thing I was going to say? I swear there was another thing. Oh, right. I was going to introduce everybody. We tried to do that. I'm Graham. Joining me, going around the room, we've got Ian.
It's your boy.
We got Corey.
Yo.
We got Matt.
Woo!
We got Cameron.
Huh?
We got Beej.
Yeah.
We got Kathleen.
I'm on the little screen.
Yeah, and Paul is on tech.
Hello.
And James is in the moon base somewhere,
I guess we'll take him out of the closet when we need to film things.
I guess.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Someone just flushed the James.
I heard it.
Yeah.
You have to cycle them sometimes.
All right. Let's start. Are sequels an option, like a sequel of The Secret Meeting Group? Yes, see, everything's on the table now.
We should just write the shipping again.
Just the same one again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just film it slightly nicer, I guess.
I think it's great. I think it nails exactly what it needs to what it needs to be.
I found a sugar cube in my Cheerios this morning.
Like just a hole,
Oh yeah.
like a square.
Well, no, not quite like that. I found
More of a lump.
I found the equivalent of probably a cube and a half of sugar, all just crammed together with a bunch of little bits of Cheerio hanging out of it, like an abomination.
They called it the horse's chair.
Yeah, it was awful because like I didn't have my contact lenses in, so I'm just shaking my Cheerios into my bowl, and just I heard a thump, and I was like, cool. You know, like,
Surprise!
it's great when it's like you got like about 8 Cheerios stuck together because of the extra sugar, right? And it's like, that'll be fun. And I put my granola on top of it, and I pour whatever, and I go sit down, I'm eating, and then I pick this thing up, not realizing because I'm looking at my phone.
I think we're about to ask the same question.
You put the granola on top of it?
Yeah, that's a double carb, my friend.
Yeah,
Why?
because it's fucking cereal.
Yeah.
I'm eating a bunch of cereal, and then I added more cereal to my cereal.
There's nothing like you should be able to put multiple cereals together.
We are free men. We are free men.
Look at like a Honey Bunches of Oats and be like, well, that's fucking cornflakes, but that's also like oats, and I can't have those together because God will get upset that it's not a Friday.
Take the reverse situation. If you're eating soup and you're just eating like broth and just carrots.
Yeah, no, I gotta take the fucking carrots out because I can't have my carrots in my tomato soup because who knows what'll
It's
happen.
not about foods touching. It's about you're eating a prepackaged meal item that you buy from
Not
a
a tiny box of Cheerios that I opened up. It's a single serving. I put some Cheerios in a bowl and I put some oats on top of it so I get some fucking fiber out of my Cheerios.
Okay, but if you were a child and you got the sugar lump, wouldn't you be happy?
Well, I am a bit of a child and I was extremely happy.
Yeah, like I just
Until-
enjoyed the story about the Cheerio King.
This is the Fisher King, but Cheerios.
Until.
I was thinking of Fisher King, but rats.
Again, remember that I can't really see anything, so I've got my phone.
That explains a lot.
I got my phone this close to my face, and I'm eating my cereal with a tiny spoon, also,
Right.
because that's how I roll. I hate hitting the crown in the back of my mouth. So I little spoon, little things, and I pick up this lump, not realizing that's what I've got, and I ferry it into my mouth, and I'm like, chomp. I don't even get to the omp. I just get to the chop.
Where you just assume like you've eaten a tooth or
Yes.
something.
Yes! I couldn't, I was like, I put a fucking sweet rock in my mouth. What did I just do? And I fished it out and I look at it, I'm like, well, that's not good. Because it was a solid mass.
Yeah, right.
What's in the center is always the question.
Yeah, and
How
so,
many licks did it take?
so I'm like, surely I can eat this later. Because it's a whole bunch of sugar. That'll be fun. So I put it back in the bowl and I'm like, I'll let the milk cook. I'm just gonna eat around this until I get to the end, and it'll have kind of fallen apart and turn into like syrup. And I get to the end, and I pick it up again. I'm like, chop, and I'm like, and so I had to throw it out.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring myself to finish it, and I'm like, I'm a man now.
Yeah.
So what I'm taking away from this is, like, let me see, breasts, testicles, lymph nodes, cereal, things you should check for lumps.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, okay.
What kind of Cheerios was this, by the way?
Honey nut.
So I was gonna say, like, if you kept saying just Cheerios, like if this was like regular Cheerios, the idea that there's like big chunks of sugar in just like regular oat Cheerios.
Well, and that's what I thought, because I'm like, I thought when they say, well, we season this with glucose, whatever, right? I'm assuming that it was like, oh, you've got a syrup.
Well, it's like finding a shreddy in your Cheerios, right?
Yeah.
They just some things happen at the factory.
Yeah.
That's why it says like this is a factory. You know, the factory that makes this also makes other stuff for allergy purposes.
I once found, you know, like a duct tape wallet,
Yeah.
right? Where it's just sort of like folded over, and it's like it works, but obviously some people have made very impressive ones, but generally it's just sort of a bunch of duct tape, kind of like. I once found a duct tape wallet of Shreddies in a box of Shreddies. It was like. It was an uncut sheet, folded and folded again.
I would love it.
Usually, you only get those through like charity marathons or
You got
something.
a miscut shreddy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonder what the market for that would be today.
Well, if you got Jesus on it, more.
Yeah.
And like at the other end of the spectrum, you have finding a onion ring in your bag of fries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is just like a score.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Right?
What would you have done, Beach, had it been a USB stick that popped out of your
Wait,
Cheerios?
like if I bit into it and it was, or when you? Or,
I mean, like, if you bit into it, that would be less good. But would you put it in something?
Yeah, you'd put it in your mouth, but would you put it in your computer?
I would rather put it in my mouth than my computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a laptop that's not connected to the internet.
Yeah, it's air gap this.
Get an air
Yeah,
gap
on a
laptop.
virtual machine.
What
Someone's
is
trying to sneak secrets
Honey
out
the
of
Bee
the
trying to tell me? What is the
Cheerio
name
plant.
of the bee mascot?
Does he have a name?
I thought it was just honey.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I think it's honey.
Is it
Yeah.
just Honey the Bee? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, isn't that the plot of like Enemy of the State or something?
Sunny.
Somebody,
Sunny.
Sure. Wait, no.
somebody gets a USB stick in
Maybe
an
it was a
unusual way.
Buzz.
Really?
All right,
maybe
sure.
it was a miss of who's the Austrian businessman who vanished after like a tech crime, and he turned up in Russia.
Franz
His
Ferdinand?
name is Buzz. He was designed by Dean Yeagle at Xander's Animation Parlor.
Bracket defunct? Question mark.
Only good things happen at animation parlors.
It went through 6 acquisitions and now it's part of Disney.
The bee did not have a name until 2000 when Christine Tong, a 5th grade student from Coolidge, Texas, won a national contest to name the bee, dubbing him Buzzbee. The name was later shortened to Buzz.
There's no year.
It was originally voiced by Arnold Stang until 1990 and then voiced by Billy West
Hey.
and Charlie Schlatter.
It's like, yeah, that thing where they do the
What
nationwide
wiki is
contest
this?
to choose the name for the bee and come back with
Yeah.
Buzz.
The
Yeah.
fictional
It's like,
characters
Good
wiki.
job, everybody. Good creativity.
Thanks.
There, I got us rolling.
Great.
Not necessarily we have to do that, obviously, because that's never
That's
what the
all I can
crapshoot
think
is.
about.
Yes.
Xander's with a Z.
I
Because it's American. Yeah. Yeah. Zeds.
are what reputable businesses have parlor in their name?
Eye cream?
Ice cream parlor. That's true.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
totally legitimate.
Yeah, that's legitimate.
Massage.
Old soda shop.
Massage, yeah.
Beauty.
Yeah, we're not really in the Enlightenment anymore.
Mahjong.
Mahjong.
Yeah. Yeah. Gaming. Yeah.
What are some other? What would be the worst everyday product that comes in a box that you could have a prize tumble out of?
Tampons?
Because again, it's like, do you just put it in you?
Is it a temporary tattoo?
It's a USB stick that's shaped like a tampon. Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
That's when you could have a king for all the all the towns are tied together.
No, a tampon king.
Oh, cool!
That plumber has to fish out.
I've seen
why
those
you
getting
don't
snaked
flush
out
them.
of toilets.
I feel like that's the thing where it's like two people are having a conversation, like, let me tell you what happened this morning, and they go through the whole thing about Cheers, like, oh, that happened to me with a box of tampons. Just as the closer.
Yeah.
Like, which part?
A lump of sugar? No.
Why it's important to have a garbage can with a lid in the washroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't unleash the horrors.
Comes with a big blow pop ring called the Diva ring.
That's good.
Auntie Muffin, surely it'd be a tampon queen. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's you could really drill down in the etymology.
Yeah, it's the Empress actually.
We'd have to look at
The
the
supreme tampon.
We'd have to look at the
Cotton Empress.
tennis
the
court
Cotton
oath
Empress.
just to figure out who the. Proper
That's
title
like
is.
some sort of backrooms thing.
The Cotton Empress.
Prostrate yourself before the Cotton Empress. The prostate? What?
Yeah. No. I mean, you're right. I don't want to look at it, so.
The Cotton Imperiatrix.
The Cotton Empress is very good. Jesus.
What was Elizabeth Bathory?
Yeah.
The Countess of Blood.
Baroness? A countess?
Countess, yeah.
For those of you who have not seen the Crapshoot before,
This is typical.
We're just going to keep having ideas.
it's important to note that we're throwing out all these ideas. Obviously, there's only one actual script that we're going to write today.
Yeah.
That's not to say some of these ideas aren't going to be like saved and used some other time.
Oh, yeah.
But
Old timist. I like old timist. The oldest
I
timist.
was trying to go for like a Middle English feel.
Xander's Animation Parlor and old timist soda shop. Come on down.
Actually, give me that.
I know what
Worry.
Mempreg is.
Does off-stream crapshot writing go the same? Yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty much
Yeah,
the same.
This is how.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, like after an hour, typically someone, generally myself or Kathleen, will be like, "Okay, but
seriously,
Everyone
But we
stop
need-
fucking around.
we need to act. One of these has to be filmable."
Yeah.
And not all crap shots are written during a meeting with other people to bounce ideas off of. Sometimes they just hatch fully formed
I
as
love
an unfilmable thing.
I love looking at the ideas and reading like a not complete script, but like a fleshed out idea, and going like, where the hell did this come from? And you scroll down and it says the name of the person who added the card, and it's like, oh, okay, sure. Like this was added by Beej at 2:48 a.m.
Yeah, always AM.
It's always AM.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how the Wikipedia page about work avoidance is written on like a Sunday night at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Also, as a quick note for purposes of this crapshoot, obviously, the script that we end up with is something that we're going to want to film here right now. So it's going to require it to be something we can do around the office here, with props that we currently have at the office here.
You don't type, Kathleen.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
make friends with
type.
an alien.
This raises some questions, huh?
I love that.
I mean, I love the idea that like the one thing that the aliens are interested in is the one thing that the universe can't generate on its own, which is novelty,
Friendship.
right?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
The universe will never write Shakespeare on its own, right? So they just come along and they're stripping planets for like ideas,
This is
basically.
Macross.
Really?
Protoculture.
Oh,
Huh.
that's why music drove them crazy, because it was they had never encountered it before. Right.
Sorry.
Xantos asked if the aliens more interested in the friendship or the magic.
That would be questions for the characters to ask. I think the only thing we know is what these aliens want,
What are friends?
and
Let
like,
Boop
we can
Mystique says,
explore-
I read Faust era of My Little Pony and imagine Rainbow Dash going through trials like Eric.
Well, like, what if the aliens just like strip the concept of My Little Pony directly out of everyone's consciousness, leaving only the ephemera? So like, there's just like evidence that we can infer that My Little Pony used to exist, like bronies,
Right.
and like figures that are just a little off model.
I used to have this idea of horses and trilbies together, but I can't place why. Cowboys didn't wear trilbies, did they?
Yeah. But going by this, it's only the Lauren Faust era, so the other eras are still in our minds.
There's just a gap. There's a gap between
Yeah.
new and old. But do they keep like Equestria High?
Are you Equestria
Oh
girls?
yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would yeah.
How do you explain this gap in your seasons?
Now, this is like Tom Scott's Earworm, but only My Little Pony. Okay, so this idea's also been had before.
Oh, has it?
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
Curses.
I still think this could be. You know what? I do think you could still have, some high-ranking military people having a very serious discussion about what parts of My Little Pony culture are these aliens interested in.
Yep.
Because should we be arming the guns or just sending them some comic books? Like, I think that could be an amusing back and forth. I did cheat and have this idea while I was putting on my makeup today, though.
A future archaeologist uncovers a My Little Pony cache.
I do just like the idea of the aliens watching everything that's been broadcast from Earth from the beginning and saying, no, hold on, let's just keep it on. Let's see what comes on next.
Are her eyes misaligned?
Well, like,
No,
there,
this is just the way my face is.
like there was a comedy sketch that I saw recently where it was somebody opening a time capsule, and it was just full of stuff that had been canceled since.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
It was Scottish, I think?
I think.
Yeah.
Right.
It was, yeah.
It was from the 90s, and it was just full of things that were hella racist, and then guys who had been outed as predators.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look, Jimmy Savile annual. Okay, we'll put that back. Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
remember that.
cassette signal of Rock and Roll Part 2. Burn that?
Yeah. No, it was good. I don't know what it's from. I believe it's from a Scottish or Irish sketch comedy show. I don't remember.
That explains the Jimmy Savile.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Did the task force ever get that bread? Yeah, people were assuming that there was going to be a sequel to that Crapshot. There was nothing planned.
I think that Crapshot works honestly better unsequelized. I think that the bread adventures live on more richly inside
Maybe
your
it's a
head.
prequel to the toast.
Maybe that was never a theory that we had either. And then people were like, "Aha, it must be this." And then you know what? You can you have that continuity.
As it turns out, the military-industrial complex misinterpreted directions and got bread.
Very nice.
In what sense are you speaking?
The sense you're thinking. He said, explaining the joke.
McDonnell Douglas Mprig.
What?
There's a subreddit for that, I'm sure, featuring McDonnell Douglas, maybe F-15.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big thicky. No sweepy.
Does the nose go up? Nose go up or down? It's got the droopy snoot.
Yeah, no, it's droopy.
Excuse me.
All right, reset.
What if Rocco's basilisk is My Little Pony and only the bronies survive? That's a lot.
Well, what if Rogo's Basilisk is a brony?
Then we deserve it.
It's like this AI insists that My Little Pony has to happen.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Why have you closed the parenthetical?
Because the
Is that one of the questions raised by the aliens coming? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Or is it open? Yeah.
these are all separate ideas. Hold up.
Is there a way to tie
For
the
fuck's
Jesus?
sakes.
Is there a way to tie the Jesus Pieces advertising group in with Star Wars Day?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, we haven't seen them in a while.
Those pieces.
We did. What did they do? They did the Holiday Jizz and Jesus Pieces, and there was a third one, and I don't remember what it was. It was something. It was a Subway. It was the sandwiches.
Eat shit and die.
Right. It was. That's what it was. It
Right.
was the Subway.
For millennials.
Right. Subway for millennials. Eat shit and die.
Yeah. That actually wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago, but it was a whole moon base ago.
Yeah, I mean we are on the May 4th.
That's today.
Is there something to opening up a time capsule from the 90s and it's just all Star Wars Legends shit that's now been completely wiped away?
None of this stuff is canon.
That'd be very funny. Sorry, that's a heck of a name.
Yeah, I think even the
Why were they building a statue to Thirsty Mapreg in the first place?
yeah
He was a very, very nice person.
With tuberculosis?
No, it stood for Theodore Balthazar or something. He had a real name.
yeah I feel like that guy's
He dug wells for hundreds.
that guy's non-misspelled name is also kind of silly and strange.
And like Skylar Ringtail says, I want to see a Rocco's basilisk fursuit. Surely the basilisk is a scaly. What's that?
But what if MPREG is just actually an acronym that is used today? Like the Motion Pictured Retired Experts Group.
Yeah, like it gets me every time because like I deal with MPEG files, or
Yeah.
at least not as often these days, but like it's just
There we go.
It's just every time I see it, I have to like double take. You know, send me those MPEG 4 files. The what?
Oh my god.
How to convert MPEG 4 into MP3.
Well, it's like the overlap of Australian slang and internet slang being gooning.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
the existence of a goon bag.
with the spoon.
So it's like Matroskas are nesting files. So are MPEGs nesting files?
Of a kind.
Well, no,
It's a
because
container file, right?
Yeah, container file.
but if
And then
you're
the outer layer is vor.
but if you're nesting, you've got to be eggs. Only mammals can make mpreg files.
I do.
So they're scalies.
I think this is a rich vein.
Yes.
The richest vein.
What about it?
I don't know how much any of it.
Can
An
be.
engorged vein.
I'm trying to figure out how you
How
get.
we work this?
Yeah, like
I
how
don't
we
know
roll this,
either.
how we roll it back into something we can film today.
Yeah,
and I
I
hate
don't
to
know
be
either.
I hate to be the one
No.
who first time
Please.
ever brings up that.
Please
Wait,
do.
maybe we should pull it back.
Well, I've pulled it back, and here's my suggestion on screen. How many puns for file names can we come up with? Can we present it as some sort of educational training video for old people?
Or like a software sales thing. You're like,
Yeah.
this video toaster does impreg 4.
Oh man.
Basically, the
Wave.
equivalent of like the anime, anime person talk anime club, yeah.
Yeah.
Or what,
Except
like-
for file formats.
Or like a 1970s film board video that's like, know your internet slang today.
Yep.
Today we'll be going over simping. Simp. Goon. And mpreg.
That's a slightly separate idea, but I'm writing it
Yeah,
down.
Yeah,
these are
that's good.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's also
That
good.
makes that actually tracks a lot more.
Yeah, I like the video toaster idea as well.
can
As
be.
like the different, as Paul said, sort of in the style of like the anime,
Club.
the anime club.
club,
Of
yeah.
Basically, just like we have a whole bunch of jokes in the same vein, and we're just going to list them.
Yeah.
That's a fine Crapshot format. That's
The one about
totally cool.
masturbation.
Yep, man. I don't know if Shivam's still here, but he repeatedly.
Driven him off.
He frequently talks about how much manhandle your ham candle just wrecked him, just like caught him off guard and destroyed him.
I'll have to keep that in my back pocket next time I see it.
Ganking the hard carry, right?
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
another
yeah,
one.
yeah.
That was good. Yeah.
I like the idea of ending the video toaster scheduling. Can this computer be used for anything other than pregnant dragons? Oh no.
So Blood and Bullets was like, is it GIF or GIF or what GIF or
Dot
GIF
GIF.
or however you meant. But I think in the context of that sketch would be the file format would be GILF,
That's
Gilf,
good. I
yeah.
like Gilf.
right?
Ooh.
Graphic I'd like to file.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And of course, GILF for graphic I'd like to.
Okay, so
Dot YIF pictures. That's good. Yep.
Then what is a DILF?
Epreg.
Oh, that's a double inline
Epreg.
double inline file.
EPEG is good too.
Trying to
Reese.
work out. Yeah, how do you not pronounce the J in JPEG? Epreg. Epeg.
So how do
You
yeah?
peg.
How would
peg.
this
You
be?
peg.
How would this be presented? Would it be like? Would they say the thing first and then be like like the for example, for animation, you can use the graphic I'd like to file or GILF. Like, is it like that, or is that how the jokes are delivered?
Yeah, I mean, so I spent a lot of time on archive.org just seeing what I can find. It's the greatest website on the internet. And a lot of the time there's a whole little sub area for old training videos and stuff like that. And they're all very flatly shot
Yep.
in something that looks like a very generic office or someone's house. Everyone's wearing slightly dated clothing and maybe standing a little too close for people who are supposed to be coworkers or family members. It's like there shouldn't be this much sexual tension in this scene, and yet here we are.
So we're gonna have a scene where two people are face to face, so that they have to handshake after discussing gilfs.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, it would be like, hey, Steve, we just got a new computer. Can you show me what some of these new terms mean? And then Steve will come and very closely go over his friend's shoulder, Maybe there's a spark of tension there between Steve and Bob or whatever, and we'll walk him through this list, and then as that's going on, you'll cut away to some pretty rudimentary computer graphics up in the corner and stuff like that, and I think that's the kind of thing I find funny, but
I'm on board with this.
Yeah, BMP file. I've always read that as bump. Yeah.
Which is different from a bump file, but you can use bimps for bumps, for bump mapping.
Do you call them BIMPs? BMPs?
I do
I do
sometimes.
bimp, yeah.
I do bimp.
Never open a pub.
Is there how do people? This isn't for the joke. I'm just ironically or unironically curious. .dll files.
Yep.
Does anyone refer to those as anything other than DLL?
Nope.
Dill.
Dill.
Nope.
No.
The
DLL.
They're dills. in
They're
my
dills.
head.
Diddles.
Dills.
Dynamically linked library.
Yeah, .dll. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I would say a lot more people in chat are on the
Huh,
Kathleen and
dill.
Matt chaos team of dill.
Yeah.
Interesting. Dalal? No,
sure
that's
wants to
that's
believe
not
that.
allowed. Get out. You're banned. Goodbye.
So now it's been
no
named
dill
into
allowed,
Dell.
says
Yeah.
Bytecaster.
You're not
Windows Cruft.
Do you like dull though? That's good.
Yeah.
Daddy lover.
Dill.
Somebody put as a container .mp4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
That was
MP4.
I saw that. That was good. About a minute
That's
ago.
where you. That's where you put. That's to put a video file, to embed a video file within another video
Yeah,
file.
well, the problem is the MP4 is also in competition with the OGVorbis, which I saw someone post earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
What about FLVs? Those are, you know.
Flavor.
Flavor Flav, here to tell you about the FLV.
Or the old Wubums. Wub.
Oh, Webms.
Yeah, Webm.
Wubum. That's for the. It's only for like some
Dubstep.
super dank dubstep music. Wubums.
Is that WBM? Is that a thing?
The WBM and is
We-
this Webm.
Webm.
It's just a shorter.
There's also there's WMV for Windows Windows Media Vertical. That's for only doing TikTok videos.
Zip, Zap, and Rap.
Can we get? We're gonna need like 15 of these if this is going to be good.
Right.
Yeah.
So how? Yeah. Do we want? Okay. We're moving this direction. It doesn't have to be where we end up, but how would we want to present this? Do we want to do the is like a learn your file types or something like a training video from the 90s?
Yeah, probably the 90s.
From the IBS Corporation.
From the right. Did we use that before?
I don't think we have yet for
From the IBS Corporation.
Yeah, that's just the place you work.
learn the new.
Yeah, that was right. That's
IBS
yes.
Solutions.
Learn the new file types available on your IBS 1701 terminal.
What were the real video formats?
Oh, RM.
RM.
Yeah.
Rim.
There was another one too.
Do we want to start with like a thing where it's like, you know, like when they put at the beginning of one of those actual things that's like training video, IBS Solutions with like a logo and stuff. Do a little bit of, like VCR artifact
Effects,
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We have that. We have those around
Get
somewhere.
some shifting chroma.
Just
You can test the encoding of your real media files with the Rim Job application.
Yeah.
That's very good too, Flower.
I kind of feel like throwing a real one in there, like Jam, which is just another make file.
Sure. And don't get your C and capital C files mixed up. This is an actual thing.
Hey, I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like running. This is running and stuff like that, and then the out for this is just somebody stopping an actual like VCR player like in a normal house, being like, I should not have bought that storage locker.
Okay, one of my favorite crap shots ever is the one with Monroe's Meats being like, you know, Beach showing how to like butcher a pig.
Yeah.
Right? And then suddenly the video stops, it gets ejected, and Paul looks at it and says, well, this isn't what I wanted at all. And you can see me in the background
Yeah. Like
tied
tied
to a
up.
chair.
Yeah.
And Paul has
Because
a
he thought
cleaver
it
in
was
his
Yeah,
hand.
be
Paul
for
has a
how
cleaver
long?
and gestures to the next tape on the floor.
How to
Yeah.
butcher someone? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've lost so much money on this storage locker.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna make my money back. Oh, I like that. .jar. Oh right.
Oh yeah. We should have James in for those.
Wizard.jar. Do you take the wizard out? No. On Dora Strix. .exe. Oh yeah. Is there a .uwu?
I mean, like wads, right? From Doom.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember to pack your wad.
I'm now just thinking the phrase launching a wizard.
I've always found that funny. Like, do you want to run the wizard?
What about what? Okay, what if you eject the tape, turn around, enter a time machine, and the world just flashes to ruin?
Back in the time capsule you go.
And can we not refer to mice? Can we call them like SCSI interfaces or?
Yeah.
Your SCSI controller.
Yeah. Take your scuzziest controller.
What does SCSI stand for again?
Serial computer interface.
Small computer serial
Thank you.
interface.
Thank you.
Wait. No,
Yeah.
because SCSI isn't actually a serial interface. It's small computer subsystems interface. That's it.
There we go.
Because
Right, because it's not serial.
It's not serial.
explicitly a very parallel interface.
Yeah.
Right.
And the name of a small side character in Reboot.
Yes, that's why.
Yeah.
Is it cat?
Do not
Yeah.
click on .war files. It says Johan from the YouTube chat. Yeah, file types presented like Hinterland Who's Who. Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like that.
Or what is it good for?
I don't,
Well-
I don't actually know what war files are used for. Are those a thing?
Two flower.
I can't remember. But I do.
What is it good for? I literally don't know. We need to go check.
Just leave them alone.
Cab files were great up until sit files, which was half of my favorite thing to do.
Sit?
Yeah,
I love to sit.
great.
But I don't.
Stuff an expander.
Oh yeah, stuff it.
Right.
Oh man, I use that all the time.
Take
Has
this
anyone
work and
ever
stuff
paid
it.
for it? Like the WinRAR extractor?
I'm pretty sure not.
There was a. Who did that sketch? Ashley Birch was in it.
Oh wow.
Who did that sketch? It was like she's at like an office and like an email comes through and just like and like prints it off and then like runs up to the top of the building where the CEO of the company is about to throw himself off the building and she's like, "Wait, stop! Someone actually bought one."
Yeah.
And it was WinRAR. I can't remember. College Humor. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Of course. I was like, was it Old English? It can't have been. It was too. That would have been too early.
Simply place the raw file into the sous vide machine at 55 degrees for 3 hours,
And let it cook.
and you'll properly bake your nuke.
Yeah.
Oh, Xantos, yeah, .jizz file. That would be one of those. You can. It's proprietary for one of like the iOmega formats.
It's proprietary for the computational unit management wizard.
Yeah, you've got to get. You got to get the. You have to compress all the files, but so they can fit on a jizz disk.
Yeah.
They made Jazz is the thing. It was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Jazz
yeah.
disk.
Yeah.
It would be the intelligent jazz disk, the jizz.
Yes, exactly. I recently for the 20th anniversary podcast, I had to pull files off of a not Jazz. It was the other one.
disk?
Zip
Right.
disks. Yeah, and I still remember. I think it was the guy who ran like the video company that helped us rescue Star Bowl and transfer it from VHS onto computer from VHS or whatever, had one of like the Jazz drives, which was like, what was it, like the dizzying heights of like 500 megabytes or
The
something?
jazz was 1
1 gigabyte.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
discs
the big,
were 100
that was,
megs.
that was the
Amazing.
big deal. Yeah, zip disks were 100 megs and then went to 250.
Yeah, I remember them going to 250. That was baffling.
I always listed after the SciQuest drives, though, which were the initial competitors.
Oh,
Similar
yeah.
technology, but they had a little lever on the front so that when you ejected them, they would just fire the disk across the room.
And they had the dolphin puppet.
Oh yeah, the my zip drive still has a real powerful ejection. Just toosh, fires right out of there.
MIDI files are just .mid.
.mid.
Why is your entire music directory mid?
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Are there min and max as well?
I mean, I'm sure there probably are.
Well, there's 3DS Max. Yeah, there is actually. Actually, I think it's. Those are actually just 3DS.
The 3DS.
They're .3DS files. But anyway, okay.
I
I think we need to start actually like.
correct. We
Scripting.
have some really good ideas.
Yeah.
Many are funny.
This seems to be the direction we're going.
I think that we're just going to come up with a list of things.
Yeah.
We're going to film it 1990 styles, and we're going to end it with some sort of, I think, punchline.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that obviously I'm very biased towards the idea that I had, but I think that we could just cut the video off like part way through something completely disgusting.
Yep.
and just when we feel it would be funniest to, and then we can just end on a strong punch.
Like, whatever comes directly after the cum wizard should be where we cut off.
Cum
Yeah.
Wizard's the end.
Yeah.
It's the wizard.
Don't
Now,
forget
the SCSI
to-
control.
Yeah.
What a strong ending it will be.
Which of course generates jizz, and then that's where it
Yes.
cuts off.
This will result in a staggering amount of jizz files.
Which you load.
Yeah.
Onto the biscuit.
Is there
Yeah.
a different? Yeah, I'm trying to think
The
of what
LMP biscuit is.
what possible out there could be. I'm trying to think of other. It's like so. Currently, we've got the like someone watching and just like I shouldn't have bought that storage locker.
Or something.
Yeah.
I just wanted to open a pub.
Just like I was looking like. This isn't the last episode of MASH. Like I'm just trying to think of like what someone would
Why
be.
have you kept this video for so long?
Yeah.
I thought this was my wedding tape.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to think of what. Excuse me.
Just like the
Air in my
VHS
mouth.
comes out and says, like, there's a label with like my birth scratched out.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
Do
what.
we have any VHS tapes here?
Oh yeah.
I don't think this mandatory training is
Oh.
relevant
Oh, we
any
never.
longer.
Oh, good.
Laserdisc. Wow. No, we do not have a Laserdisc handy. We do have some VHS tapes.
Do we
in
have
there.
a VCR handy in deep storage, maybe?
There's one in the other room. Yeah.
Wow. Incredible. I just think that way we don't have to come up with an out in the list.
A
Yeah.
doctor mid-operation. That tape was not helpful. We should reshoot this training video. Nice. Good. Meta. I appreciate that. I love the idea that someone taped over something with this implies it was televised.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
Ooh,
we should.
ooh, if we want to imply that it's televised, you know what TV station stamp you put in the corner.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
instead of it being taped over, taping over Doctor Who, what if a Doctor Who episode just starts after the last thing we say? No, I need to know how to open these.
Yeah.
No one speaks COBOL anymore.
There are actually, I've seen some clips of like, someone mentioned PBS. Yeah, like a public access show. There are PBS like technology shows from the late 80s, early 90s that those will go away in a moment. That
Thank you, mods.
that they're amazing. They just the way that I saw one that was like showing off the original Baldur's Gate, and there was like the host was talking to someone at a computer about a thing, and they were like, "Great, thanks, Brian," or whatever, and then he like stepped towards the camera and is like. Starts talking about Interplay and Black Isle as he's walking over to another PC setup where a guy is just there, and then he's like, and he's here to show us about it, and it's
Dang.
like, yeah, let's look at this CRT, and you see is like clicking around, and it's like they're just sitting in front of a computer, being like,
And they've got a camera on the show.
yeah, exactly. It was very entertaining. That style of thing. I don't think we can do exactly that. I think this should be just someone directly addressing the camera, but. Let's worry about the punch at the end. Let's start scripting the actual. Sorry, that sounded like an incomplete sentence. Let's worry about the punch at the end of the video.
When we get to the end
at
of the
the end
video.
of the scripting, and let's start the actual like scripting part. What should this be called?
The Lords of COBOL.
What?
It's a double joke. COBOL being a computer language, but also the name of the Lords in Battlestar Galactica from their home planet.
I'm going to suggest the training video.
I like that.
I mean, in
Yes, I was going in universe.
yeah, it's like welcome to like what?
Oh.
Is that yeah? It's like
A C.
you know,
It's a
like
C.
hello,
It's a C.
welcome to welcome to file types and you or whatever.
Oh, I was
like,
thinking, so you're, welcome to Chapter 3. You finally booted up your PC and are ready to open a file.
Yes.
There are many files you can open with your IBS 75, such as...
Do you want to be this host, Ian?
Sure, I'd love to be an old computer man. Being a Unix graybeard has been one of my goals in life.
I like that it's chapter 3. That's good. I appreciate that it's like, yeah, we've dealt with some of the basics before.
Chapter 1 was like plug it in.
Yeah. Plug it in, plug the disk drive into the main computer, plug the monitor into the computer, because of course the computer is is like within the keyboard or whatever. I was
Spin up the generator.
Yeah, I was so confused as a kid when I got given the Commodore 64, because up to that point I only knew what were at that point modern computers, where you had the computer into which you plugged the keyboard and the mouse and the monitor.
Yeah, the tower.
And then the Commodore 64 was like, no, this is the computer is the keyboard. That's the computer. And you plug stuff into that.
Oh, so it's because of the Commodore 64 that every introduction to computers course at university starts with, this is a CPU, and this is a monitor. It is important to know the difference between the CPU and the monitor.
Yeah. Hitting the monitor when your computer doesn't work isn't going to do anything, because that's not where the brain
No
is.
input.
No, you got to hit the other thing. You got to kick the thing on the floor.
Yeah. Calibrated tab.
Yeah. Calibrated tap.
The engineer's solution. This is actually very similar to one of my favorite experimental jazz albums.
Info Muncher 3.0. Oh, actually, I'm going to throw something in that just saw Xantos suggest in the chat. Actually, monitor.
Johan Johansson did an album called IBM 1404 User's Manual.
It's good.
Which is, it's a great experimental jazz album that's interspersed with samples from what was an audio recording of the actual introduction to the IBM 1401, including their chain-based printer, their card read punch, and the central processing unit.
Should this be this like installed?
Yeah.
I'm trying to let you just go ahead.
Well, I've gone ahead.
Yeah, no, you can keep going. I'm rolling back to this. The logged into BBS part.
Okay.
Something about like install the operating system or something. You've plugged in your brand new IBS Info Muncher 3.0, connected and degaussed the monitor.
And bootstrapped your operating system.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Great.
Now
Ready
it's
to say hello
now
to your
you're ready.
installation wizard.
Now you are ready to start computing.
Yeah, I got that. I was going to go back to that too. Plugged in something about what did we do with the SCSI input device?
Correctly mated the pins to the receptacles on your SCSI-based input device.
I think SCSI input devices. I think SCSI based. I don't know.
You know, it's not necessary. But I do like
connected to
correctly
monitor.
mated.
I mean,
Yeah, correctly mated is mwah.
Yeah.
Okay.
SCSI
I realize
devices
that
do have to be
we
like
want to
screwed
connect
in.
to the BBS. Is there any way we could BBS's bulletin board
System.
Can we get that to a BBL?
That could
Bulletin
be
board local.
that could be at some point in there. Yeah.
Bulletin board log.
I think it needs to be 4 numbers.
Something better than the
Ooh.
IBS info. You're thinking something different before the IBS Info Muncher?
Or
Instead of?
Yeah, that was literally like just the most Bloom County thing I could think of.
I like the Info Muncher, honestly.
But I like adding more numbers.
I think IBS 16,000 Info Muncher.
Yeah. Because this is a very
3.41.
this is a very IBM PC era thing where it would have been numbers. They wouldn't have done like the Mac did and did it all in
Right.
letters.
Just to date it, we call the IBS 2404. 4th month of 24 year.
2400.
And it's the 5th year. So
Yeah,
that
perfect.
doesn't- Great,
Then
perfect.
your brand new IBS 2404 Info Muncher. Ooh, with Info Muncher with.
Color
Last
screen.
processing.
Ooh, yes, with color screen.
Yeah.
CGA. Sorry.
What was your bulletin board thing?
With your kids' graphics.
You can
connect
call back to the
IBS
Cum Wizard.
BBL,
Yeah.
Or
Right,
forward.
but you can spell it out right now. The name of the Cum Wizard.
Oh.
With Cum Wizard.
Yes.
You'll need to.
I
tunnel
think we
through
should
to the
save Cum
BBL.
Wizard for the end.
Or you're suggesting call it the computational unit
Yeah,
matrix
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever now.
And
Plant
then,
the seed now.
Right.
Oh, that's a good
okay.
idea.
Yeah. With
and then it'll be on screen as CUM.
With optional computational.
whatever that we said that hang on, it was written.
I mean,
down here.
probably
Combinational
more,
unit
that's something
management.
you would have installed. You would have probably installed that as an additional, because that sounds to me, when you say it, it sounds to me like it's business software that would have been installed on the thing after you set it up. So that might have been chapter 2.
Plugged in your brand new IBS 2404 InfoMunch with Computational Unit Manager, connected and just sort of breeze past it.
Yeah.
Yeah, connected and I mean, you all know the joke already, but pretend that you don't, right? It'll catch you
It'll
off
just
guard.
disappear into the gibberish.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Field,
yeah.
but it
Drink
will have always
heavily
been
until
there.
you forget what we were talking
Yeah,
about.
connected and degaussed the monitor, correctly mated your SCSI input device, and bootstrapped your operating system. You're ready to start computing. Almost. Before you can log into your local BBL.
I love to see a cut after
Yeah,
start
that's-
computing and then turn almost.
That's good. I'll write that in.
Scala.
Almost.
Do we still have an old ass looking computer around here?
Probably.
We can make something up.
Yeah.
I don't know if we do.
That's okay.
Grab one of those old iMacs.
We'll just
and,
say that we'll just
have the hard-
we don't need to show it. We'll just have the person talking to
Yeah, that's perfect.
I mean, you have your 1701 here, I think, still, don't you?
What Abel? What
I don't
words?
know.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, what my?
I was looking at Graham, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, the Commodore.
That's
Yeah,
at our
but
house.
you have the monitor.
The monitor's at our house because
Cool.
I was using it for CFET to
Yes,
film the
right.
VCR off of it.
All right, that's fine.
I don't want to influence the writing anymore, but this absolutely sounds like it's turning into a Brian Butterfield bit.
Man,
Oh.
remember when
That's okay.
you could be on the computer instead
I'm
of
still
just,
on the computer.
we are all perpetually on the computer,
Yep.
but it was like a state that you could walk away
Yeah.
from.
Oh yeah.
Like using the term BRB no longer is relevant.
Yeah.
Like there was that very short time in the 90s to the early 2000s where there would be portions of films where people would go on computer, and you'd be on computer and film.
Yeah.
I remember having to. Well, I don't actually, but because we didn't get a computer until cable internet. But I remember, of course, my friends was like can't use computer, expecting a phone call. Can't be on the computer.
Oh, that was my teens.
That's a good
Dial up.
exactly, Morganti. There is no more AFK
Yeah.
because the keyboard is in my pocket with touch controls.
Really like the idea of like if we want to represent a computer, we just basically take a big printer and just make that the computer. I'm like, no, we take the office jet and we turn it upside down,
I mean,
and then that's the computer.
I think we just take the fridge and Photoshop up the scene between the freezer.
Oh, so it's
and
like
the
a
main
cray. That's great. Oh, I like that a lot.
The Cray, the
That's-
computer that came with a bench.
Yeah. Oh, God,
and
that's
a waterfall.
kind of great.
Welcome to Chapter 3 of our IBS Computer Systems Training video. You've plugged in your brand new IBS 2404 InfoMunch with Computational Unit Manager, connected and degaussed the monitor, correctly mated your SCSI input device, and bootstrapped your operating system. You're ready to start computing. Almost. Before you can log into your local BBL, that's Bulletin Board Library, we should review what file types are supported by the IBS 2402.
Oops.
That's okay. 2404 InfoMunch.
Instead of log into your BBL, tunnel into your BBL.
Tunneling. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah. That's very good. Okay, and then is this is when we just start listing stuff?
This is now we're ready to list.
Yeah.
And so, are we doing it? How are we formatting them? Are we doing explanation of acronym, then acronym for the punch?
I think it actually is probably just funnier to just be like, the file type supported by whatever, and then just have them come up on screen as if he's reading a list. Like no sort of, don't say what these are for.
Yeah.
Don't say what they do. Just
Yeah.
start saying .gilf, .gif, .mp4, like that kind of thing. And for a couple of them, then you can
MPreg.
because when it comes
MPreg
to
video,
yeah,
MPreg audio 3.
yes,
Yeah,
and then that
yeah,
way, if it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
.mid for files you don't plan to come back to, like that kind of thing. Only one or two of them should have like a bit of an explanation, but the rest of them should just be like tick, 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 tick.
Yeah.
That's good.
It keeps it flying. Yeah.
the that helps the pacing. you might be, while Kathleen's writing, you might be surprised, viewers at home, how granular we get, and that we believe you should get when you're writing stuff like this. That it's like just how the mouthfeel of a specific word or syllable of a word makes a whole sentence sing, and it really is just like, figuring out exactly how to word it properly so that it all just like it all really comes together. It's critical, and I don't think enough people think about it.
In a creative work, every change is a conscious choice.
Yeah, exactly.
We're putting this in here or we're not, and we should treat it as such.
Mm-hmm.
You got to massage that interior sentence rhythm structure.
And if part of the idea is that we have to get this all out in under a minute, that we know that these segments have to be like, well...
You say under a minute. Crapshots have been getting longer.
It's true, but we're not trying to write a 3-minute sketch, right? So it's like...
Ooh, .bofa.
Ooh.
There's a variety of different reactions to that one.
Yeah.
All positive.
Is there something about inflation of file sizes?
From zips, you tend to
Yeah,
inflate them.
You inflate zips.
Yeah.
I got that wrong the other week. I thought you inflated from tar, but no.
No.
I thought you unzipped.
Yeah, I thought you unzipped.
The
Yeah.
algorithm is known as a inflation.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
In order to unzip, you must first inflate.
Yes.
It's weird because it is like, it's written into the feedback whenever it's saying, it's like inflating this. Like,
Yeah.
you'll see that from time to time.
Yeah.
But then you'll see like compressing and decompressing in other like in LZW or whatever.
Spa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just have a quick listing of .tar, which will then refine into .avgas and .diesel.
3-letter suffixes only, please.
.ussy was good. Yeah, I saw that one swing by. Okay, Xantos is going too hard with unzip.fly and inflate.dong. I think that's too on the nose. I respect that we're ending this with a joke about a cum wizard, but
If you want to swap out
you
diesel,
can't go stamp.
Yeah.
To quote Monty Python, you can't go stampeding towards the clitoris.
A kiss, boy. How about a kiss?
That is, such a good scene.
It
I
really
think
is.
Meaning of Life is honestly one of their best works.
Yeah, criminally underrated.
it is a high point.
Yeah.
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 It's a good book.
I remember all the moral panic news stories about like
Okay, dot clit is actually pretty funny. There's a reference to, like, as you say there, sorry, it's scrolling off, I've lost it.
Lord Zine.
No, just fits, dot clit, file not found. There's something about, like, not being able
Yeah.
to,
Not being found in the file system.
losing that file somewhere, yeah. Sorry, Cameron, I think was saying
just
something.
like the moral panic news stories from the mid-90s about, we went online and searched for the word sex and found 1 million hits.
You know what this means? Pave the internet.
Yeah.
Although,
And
back
who knew
to-
they were right?
Yeah, exactly. It was a mistake. Who would have thought? Ironic. But one of my university profs had a story about how when she was an undergrad, the comparative lit department was its own like separate department under the English department,
Yep.
and had its own like you
Acronym.
wouldn't have an ENGL like 260. You had to go to CLIT 260.
Yeah. In fact, I remember at the U of A, they actually did have C space lit as what you had to sign up for. They did not put all of it together. They're like literally, it's one of the only things on in the calendar that literally had a space inside the code.
If you are new to computing, you may have trouble locating your .clit files. If this occurs, seek the help of a more senior software engineer.
Look for the old man in the canoe. Anyway. Again, we don't want
Got
to
suspenders.
we don't want to draw these out right now. But yeah.
B. Sorry, it's a comment from B. Jerdman. That would be a real commentary on just sort of like sexism in that industry of like the find a senior software engineer or woman, implying that those
are separate.
are
Yes.
Yeah.
separate entities. But I don't know that we.
I don't think this
I don't
is
think
the
that.
space for that joke.
No, I don't think so
No.
either.
Yeah.
Nor is it indeed historically accurate.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's
Yeah.
not. But yeah, it's funny, but it doesn't fit here.
What?
And
So
for a long time, computers were seen as very lame and girly.
yes. So
Because they were.
we've
Yeah.
got there's the modern MPreg 4 files, but of course those are the successor to MPreg 1, MPreg 2, MPreg 3, which is primarily used for audio of MPreg stuff, presumably.
Ooh, I like .yump. I'm going to throw that one on the list.
.blump.
Nope.
And you always have your. Thank you, Lebo. You always have the skank directory for your .sca files.
And we have MPreg 1 and MPreg 2 is currently in development, out soon.
Well, the MPreg 2 requires a separate coprocessor to properly decompress.
Inflate.
Inflate, yeah.
I mean, if it is based on,
It's used for DVDs.
I've added some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to? Can you just read through this again, Graham? Maybe just.
First up, all the standard file types you use every day. Familiar formats like .yif, .mpvor, .ogvorbis, .jam, .mpreg, .mpreg video, .mpreg video audio layer 3, or .mpreg audio layer 3, .uwu, .bofa, .yump, .clit, .tar, which of course can be refined into .gas and .afgas, you said?
Avgas was what it but we're trying to.
Av?
Yeah.
Like that?
Aviation fuel.
And actually, honestly, instead of diesel, wax would be good.
All right.
We need a couple more like da 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 da.
Yeah, I think one or two of the ones that we've had so far also need a small quip
Yeah.
for pacing. I threw in Beach's wording there of the .mid for files he won't come back to.
Yes.
Cool.
Bofa, big endian and little endian.
Yeah.
What is that?
Endian?
Yeah.
It's which parts first.
Okay.
No.
Like, because you can store numbers like.
It's how the binary representation is listed.
Okay, because I've had that come up for some sound. Was it AIFs?
Oh yes, AIFs were absolutely
Yeah,
swap.
AFSR.
Yeah.
And I recently had to encode the hex value for the color that I wanted to use for subtitle in little endian hex in order to get it yellow. You can use FFmpeg to burn subtitles directly to video. I found out recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's endian because it's the end. Which end?
Ah.
And
And NDN is
We must-
something that's used on indigenous Twitter a bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
We absolutely do need to
Not
be
use
very
that.
clear
Yeah.
with.
Maybe we don't want to make this joke. I'm
No,
just.
this is fine.
No. This joke is
The,
totally fine.
the
Absolutely.
three-letter abbreviation is
Yes.
not.
I
yeah.
didn't know what I was doing.
That's fine.
No,
And
it's
also be very emphatic in the enunciation.
fine. NDN.
.bin and its cooler cousin .non-bin.
It's good.
That's
I
good
like
from
that.
Libo Plastique there. .wap.
Yeah.
Yep. Dot WAP.
That sounds like a real one.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
does.
file format, but it is a protocol
Yes.
for Wi-Fi. It's your
What was
secure.
Wireless access
What
point.
was the cooler cousin?
non-bin.
Non-bin.
I don't get that one.
Binary.
Oh, no. Oh!
And its cooler cousin, non-binary. Oops.
Dot shit.
Shit. It's got to be pronounced like that though.
I mean, .ass is a legitimate.
.ass.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
And .ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real three-letter extension used for subtitles.
I mean, it is that like, I mean, there's no central authority for three. Like you can.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
If you make
Oh, yeah.
a piece of software, you can make your files be anything you want.
We used to have that information contained within the file, but for some reason that technology was lost to the ages of System 9.
I think we've had the conversation before about how some file types are just renamed other ones.
Yep.
Like a zip file full of HTML is EPUB. Then you change it to .zip and unzip
A
it.
zip file full of shit is a doc file.
In fact, yeah, I think there's a large portion of
of files.
of
that-
file
I think we're
formats that
laughing
actually
at
just
mine,
rename
too.
zip files.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. We got to get Doug Gilf in there.
Smut. What's the third? What's the third in that?
That could be Doc Gilf.
Giffle.
Oh hey. I'm just looking at the Wikipedia list of file formats, which is a large page. There is .egg,
Ooh.
Egg.
which is the OwlZip egg edition compressed file, which, I mean, I most of these jokes don't really like.
Yeah.
Whether it's a real file format or not, I don't know. It doesn't actually add to the joke that much necessarily.
No, but I think going .fluff, .smut, .egg is really funny.
Yeah.
What are some of those good CD format? Because there's ISO.
Q, bin were usually the things that
Yeah,
went
Q
together.
and bin, yeah.
There was, I think there was is it .nro or nrg? Because Nero had their own file
it was
format for a
NRG.
while. Yeah.
Those are the ones that.
Gib, which you can gib and receive. To send, yeah. .nrg.
Whoa, Mangled Pixel in chat is already. I've made this if you want to
Oh.
use it. It's already an IBS logo.
Lovely.
Nice.
I want to see that painted
Thank
in
you.
enamel paint on some recessed metal.
Also on this page, I love there's .a, which is a
Just .a.
yeah .a, which is a C library format, and there's .b, which is a C library format
Yep.
with less compression.
Yep.
Then there's .d, which is an alternate C thing.
Well, this is what I was talking about earlier with the capital C and the lowercase c. It's real. Back when file systems were case sensitive, C files that would use to compile would be in .c. C++ files would be .C.
Because you couldn't use special characters in the file
Yep.
name.
So if you ever have something that's not compiling, check whether or not it's supposed to be done on a file system that supports case.
Yeah, I always
down a couple
see disk image as damage.
So then I've got at the end they're like, now when you're ready, launch the computational unit manager installation helper, or come wizard. This will generate a series of jizz files which you can load, and then it.
Do you want it to be tremendous number of?
Right. Yes. Thank you.
This will generate an abundance of.
A stream of.
Oh,
Will generate an abundance of .jizz files which you can then load, and then that's where
Yeah.
that cuts.
Yeah, can we just have somebody read the whole host text?
Yeah,
'Cause I think this is
here you
more
go.
than
I'll
long
give
enough.
that to you. I think we may need to rearrange the order of some of them. I'm just quickly going to run to the washroom. I'll be right back.
I do love the descriptions. They're not intended to be funny, but like the DDZ format is a file which can only be used by the Daydreamer engine created by Fever Dreamer, a program similar to RAGS. It is mainly used for somewhat short games.
Great.
cool.
Huh.
So if you
Okay.
come across a DDZ file, that's what it is.
It's in a somewhat
Never
short
used for
game.
anything else.
Welcome to Chapter 3 of your IBS Computer Systems training video. You've plugged in your brand new IBS 2404 InfoMunch with Computational Unit Manager, connected and degaussed the monitor correctly, correctly mated your SCSI input device, and bootstrapped your operating system. You're finally ready to start computing. Almost. Before you can tunnel into your local BBL, that's Bulletin Board Library, we should review what file types are supported by the IBS 2404 InfoMunch. First up, all the standard file types that you use every day. Familiar formats like .yif, .mpvor, .ogvorbis, .jam, .bin and its cooler cousin, .nonbin, .mpreg, .mpreg video, .mpreg audio layer 3, .uwu, .bofa, big endian and little endian, .yump, .clit, .oops, .shit, .ass, .tar, which of course can be refined into .abgas and .wax, .hvac, .fluff, .smut, .egg, .rm, which operates the mjob or the RM job application, And finally, .mid, for files you won't be coming back to. Now, when you're ready, launch the Computational Unit Manager Installation Helper, or CUM Wizard. This will generate an abundance of .jizz files, which you can then load to...
So I started about 10 seconds late, and I was about a minute 30.
Perfect.
I like the suggestion of it's .shit.
.shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And actually, somebody in the chat mentioned that the Research in Motion job board was literally called
Yes.
Rim jobs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cute.
A thing that was only invented after that company ceased to exist.
Did that save the company? Did Rim Job save the company?
I mean,
What was the hiring process like?
I think that the shit one, both Corey and I made that, this is not working at all. What about just .piss?
Yeah, that's funnier.
Piss, yeah.
Honestly.
I like oops, piss, ass.
Big fan of .piss.
I do like, maybe not for that one, but I do like, pronouncing it as like, pronouncing some of them as like letter plus word to sort of slightly obfuscate the...
Yeah, like when you would say JPEG, right? You don't say JPEG, like you don't just say it really fast. People do say JPEG.
.jpeg.
yeah.
Like O-ops instead of oops.
I'm not sure how I feel about the Ogvorbis.
Yeah, I don't know if that one works either.
Boop.
I feel like it's, yeah.
Oh, it's already a long list, so
Yeah.
we're like, then
You cut a few, absolutely.
I mean, .clit could work too.
That's actually funny.
Oh yeah.
.clit. Maybe, should that be one that has an additional, like, quip to it?
Should probably move it somewhere else in the list if that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it needs a quip. I think the clit can just slide by.
But it's listed on screen as just .clit without any other.
Yeah.
That's fine. Cool.
You sure we don't want to pay it
.clit.
more attention?
Almost missed that one.
So at the end,
What about
After
the bundle
RIM?
from .jizz files? That's at the end. That's at the end. The .jizz files are at the end. Don't worry.
That's how we finish.
You need to prime the stream.
Yeah.
What else do we need before we
The
begin to film?
closing statement.
I don't know how funny that is, but maybe it's just I don't find it funny. And I think that's a very fair of like, you do not understand this, Kathleen, because you're not a computer person.
It is a joke that I'm specifically making for computer people.
Okay, then that is totally fine. Sarah Serde says, I do not get it. What is the joke? Is it just like a computer reference?
Yeah, that some files can be read two different ways, and you need to specify which way it's read. And
Okay.
so
It's
therefore,
something
both
specific.
Not every joke needs to be, you know what? But the
So
people,
it's both of the ways you can read it.
right?
Yeah.
That makes okay.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the equivalent of the .fluff and .smut joke for Matt and I think.
There we go.
So I was out of the room. Are we cool with how Kathleen's desperately waiting for it? There we go. Perfect.
Sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Are we cool with how it is currently? Like, are we?
Yeah. I think
Like,
that's fine.
is this
So-
apart from the tag at the very end? Is this part done?
So Azure Lauren, that is not what that joke is. It is a
Yeah.
computing. It is a
Endian.
Endian is a computer reference term.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry. We're good.
I also had that concern, and I asked.
Yeah.
The we're going to show each one of these on screen.
Yes.
I'm guessing.
Yes.
So we could spell some of them so that like BOFA doesn't have to be .bofa, but it could be .bfa, but it's pronounced .bofa.
Yep.
And CLIT we could actually just do .clt.
That's
Yeah, it looks like these are reading instructions.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here,
So
let me just.
I think we want it. So if it's .clt, it should be called .clit.
Yeah, I would think so
it-
too.
I think if it's
Or-
but if it shows on screen as .clit, then we say .clit.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Because if we obfuscate both how it's said and how it's written, then we
Yeah.
lose it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you could do it as .clt and you could pronounce it as .cult. And then it's like I thought you would have said .clit. That's, you could do it as a misdirect, but that's not necessarily how we want to treat that either.
Is there something with like, there's the two different formats of BOFA. There's BOFA Cs and BOFA Ds.
Oh, BOFA like in C. Oh yeah.
In the C directory.
In the C or D directory.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
that would
actually.
be good.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Sure.
BOFA. How do we word that?
BOFA.
Which are found in the directories C.
Con-
Or
Containing-
just
On
C's
C or D drives.
Yeah.
Containing both C and D subtypes.
written on C's or D's.
Yeah, I think that's.
Is that too obvious?
written in? Yeah.
I think that sells the joke.
Yeah,
I
I like that.
Yeah, I don't like the C or D directory, but.
In relation to the
Yeah, or BOFA. Be sure to specify which of D's drives.
Aw.
To write onto or something.
Which of D's?
write to.
Which of D's ports to write to?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which
yeah.
of D's ports, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's very good.
Because the D drive was usually the CD.
That's all.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah,
Windows
yeah.
BS.
Great.
We're keeping this Unix, baby.
I guess you don't need .awo when you have .uu, do you?
No, I think that's fine as it is. Should piss? Should it be PSS but just called .piss?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
What if it's .psd? Pronounced piss.
A purposeful mispronunciation is a great idea, actually.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, I've got okay. Yeah, I've been putting reading instructions V versus.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
But I do like a purposeful mispronunciation .pst since we absolutely hate that fucking.
I don't know what we landed on for that. Are we?
Yeah.
what,
No, this
seal it?
is it's going to be
Seal it?
it's
Okay.
it's .clit visually and it's pronounced .sealit.
Okay.
And so then it's so just that, but it's
Yeah.
.piss.
Yep.
It feels a lot like.
or just pissed.
Right.
I mean,
It feels a
Piss.
lot like the anime title mispronunciations
Yeah.
at that point. Yeah.
Cool.
There's a bit of that. I mean, it's a good. You know what? Hilarious list of jokes is a very solid sketch comedy format.
Anyone who works with PSD files is absolutely going to get that joke.
Yeah. Is piss or pissed better? You're right.
I think just piss. It has better mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
All right, I think this is good. I don't think we.
Yeah.
I think we're done. I think we can start now. What's the punchline?
Oh yeah, right. Yes. So then,
Cut to.
so someone, it's like it freezes, or we go to like a VCR stop screen or something, and then someone like holds up a tape.
And be like, why was this in my grandpa's storage locker?
I don't think this is going to tell me how to play Roblox.
Why did Grandpa keep this?
They'd be like, it says we need a cum wizard.
Honey, it says we need the cum wizard again.
Grandpa, do you know the cum wizard?
Grandpa, do you have the cum wizard?
Because this is all going to be like,
Wow, this was an awful time capsule.
yeah, it'll be like really heavily VHS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, can it start with like a shot of the New York skyline?
No.
Just a black and white line art. It feels very 1970s, like almost like this might have been shot in black and white, because that's all they only had a black and white camera in the office from the 1950s, and they've been using it for 20 years. But I like, do it in color. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is
I feel
90s.
90s, yeah.
Yeah. This was one of the first things captured on electronic cameras.
This isn't porn.
Why was this labeled cum wizard?
God, that's good, actually. Yeah.
This is not porn. It's like to bring the idea of Grandpa. Like, Grandpa, this is not porn.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Or
Like you're
Holding up the
mad.
tape.
It's very
What the
accusatory.
hell?
or just like
The hell, Grandpa? This isn't porn. Sorry,
like
Paul. What's up?
it's like ejected from the tape, and it just says,
Cum
"Cum
wizard
wizard" on it, and
Yeah.
it's like, this was mislabeled.
Yeah.
I feel this
Well,
was
that's-
deceptive.
Yeah, I did not think that's what this had.
Yeah. I feel lied to.
Yeah. If we can have because I think if we have a VHS sleeve, right?
Do a graphic
Oh,
on
we
it?
do.
Yeah. But so like it's just cut to someone holding the sleeve with maybe a piece of masking tape across it with "Cum Wizard" written in big letters, and they're like, "This is not what I thought this was going to be."
Ooh, can we find a,
Or I think Cameron's like, "I feel lied to."
can we find a clamshell of the Fox and the Hound to put that table?
We do not have that.
Yeah, one of the Disney puffy clamshells.
Yeah. So 321 Pants Off, was disappointed. I thought this was going to be porn. That's the subtext.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're saying, I thought this was going to be porn, but I think just holding the thing that says "Cum Wizard," just I feel lied to. I think gets that across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We could take the VHS tape we have and we could do a sticker on
Oh,
it
yeah.
with
Yeah.
the printer paper we have and stuff like that.
The logo and the big old
Yeah,
chapter
idea,
3, the Cum
yeah.
Wizard.
Yeah.
Could
Yeah.
it just be in a room full of people who are like,
Or just written, or it's just a sticker, and then it's just written in Sharpie, as if it was recorded off the TV or something.
Yeah.
Airwolf scratched out.
Okay.
I feel lied to is the
I think
strongest.
because it's quick. We want it to be
Yeah. We're
real
done.
snappy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I do like somebody just being like, okay, you don't get to choose the bachelor party films anymore.
There's so many different ways that you could do it, but
I do like the idea of just someone in broad daylight with the lights on,
yeah.
holding this thing, being like, "I feel lied to."
Yeah.
And if it,
I'm doing the thing that cuts away to a punchline like this. I think it really benefits it for the punchline to be as snappy as possible, and I
Yeah.
think that's the cleanest.
All right, which one of us is a masturbator?
Is there
Great question.
Me.
Paul, what's up?
who's our resident gooner?
What's up, Paul?
is there a post beep audio bit?
I don't think there needs to be.
No, I don't think so.
What if in the background of the person taking the tape out, the reverse shot of them saying "I feel lied to," there's just a box with Grandpa's inheritance on it, or something like.
I am going to set up that box in my own home now for whomever finds it.
Grandpa's inheritance.
Yep.
Just Grandpa's tapes or something.
Do we still have that Playboy?
I like "For When
Or
I'm
just put
Dead."
on
That's
top
a
of the
really
box?
good label.
Yeah, for when I'm dead. Yeah.
Uncle Euphemio strikes again. This would be a Euphemio present.
Yeah.
Ooh, Grandpa's stash.
Yeah. Please delete after my death.
To wood chipper. Love, Ian.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the script, right? We're all good? Cool. So we're going to take a quick break so we can rearrange some cameras. Part of the reason that the stream was late today, for those joining us live, is there's a variety of technical hurdles for a stream like this. You'll see. So we're going to take a quick break while we swap cameras around, and then we're going to come back and film this. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Hello. We're back. And now we are in the planning, filming phase of the stream. We were looking for where to film this, where to film at least the host part of it, and we think we have this stairwell in the back of Studio C, and we think we're going to film in just there because there's this cinder block wall that just looks really dated. It's super cold in there. you okay?
Yep, it's just styrofoam. I suppose I should.
So probably just like Ian will probably be like here essentially, and I'll be filming from about where you are, but probably a little tighter in. So we should probably need some additional lighting, I think.
Definitely.
But we can do that.
We have sticks for that.
With
right?
one of
Those
these?
sticks. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Make it taller?
Probably. And I don't even know if we need the chalkboard now.
I don't
We thought we might need the chalkboard. I tell you what we do need is a costume for Ian.
Yes. Whoa, let me find something with some good collar and maybe a wide tie.
Rip my
Definitely different. Ooh, these glasses could work actually. Yeah, follow me to the costume zone. And let's have a look at what we got shirt-wise to start with. This is all knits. This is not going to be helpful.
Knits and blends.
I mean, honestly, the shirt I've got is probably fine if we can't find anything else that looks...
Are there no taupe ones?
There's also the consideration of size to be had.
Yeah. I guess you could wear like a jacket over top, maybe.
Okay, here we go. This is absolutely not going to fit me. That's a tighty. Nope, that's not going on all the way. Okay, we maybe just need to go with jacket or sweater then in this case.
Your jacket, sir?
Maybe a wig. This is the... I believe this is the spokesperson jacket? That
A houndstooth?
That seems 70s. Also, yes, let's try those two and see how that goes. And one more corduroy if we need to give that a try. Yeah, hold on to that for a second for me, please.
Kind of a felted finish.
Yeah, let's, what do you think? If we got a tie on this? Definitely too short in the arms.
Yeah.
Let's try that and hope. That's better.
It's just not really beige, right?
Oh, here we go.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's try the corduroy.
Because you are technically representing IBS,
Yes,
right?
And this definitely has a size of lapel that I think is what I'm looking for here from that age. May need to press that down or just rotate it so it stays down when we're filming here.
Yeah.
Now, what I need is a huge tie.
Well, you can just pull the tie box out.
Yes, etc. Let's have a look here. Get it nice and wide. Or forget me. A nice and wide tie. There, that's the kind of thing men used to wear for some reason. Let's flip up our collar. What do you folks think? Wig or no wig for this?
Ooh.
What about hat instead of wig?
Hat feels wrong for like being...
Indoors would be not correct
in
in
the
that time.
90s,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Because a wig would not look convincing, and so that might be funny.
I mean, I think we're well into the era of dudes like shaving their heads and growing a goatee, right?
Mhm.
Like the Benjamin Sisko look
And
was
that's, yeah,
well
that time.
established in the mid to late 90s.
Thinking of mid to late 90s, eh? I still want to do a thick knot on this.
A Windsor.
Full Windsor. Really eat up that collar.
And at some point, take off your watch.
Oh, yes, yes. How did they even do that back then? There we go. I think I had too many rotations there, but that's all right. The 90s was also the era of terrible knots. Like The Merovingian.
The what now?
There was a Merovingian knot, right? I'm not making that up.
Yeah, that's real.
I was
The one
only
with the tiny knot in the middle.
Right.
I was only half cognizant in the 90s, so.
I think.
Therefore, you are.
Actually, I think I'm just going to keep the glasses as they are. Just because I may need to actually see what's going on here.
I
I am
like
going to be reading off a list of various terms.
You don't want these?
I mean, they
Oh
look
yeah,
great.
the big progressive lens.
how
Without
much more
lenses.
powerful your the
Mainly it's
watch
just
on
like
your
the
wrist
amber
is.
color on it.
These were given to us as a gift because they looked like James Burke's glasses from the 1980s series Connections. There we go.
Making you
Slightly
dizzy?
farsighted. I need to know what I look like here before I'm going to go on camera. Let's flip this around. Oh yeah, this'll do.
It amuses me how much more powerful the watch on your wrist is than the theoretical computer that we're talking about in this.
Yeah, you carry the Cum Wizard with you everywhere you go.
Yes,
That would be, I believe,
up here
a complication.
and in here.
How long until each of us are inhaling a cum wizard every 9 seconds?
We are already living in a time of microcum, just everywhere.
It's
What the hell are we
pollen.
talking about? Oh, you missed the writing, hey James? Yeah.
I wouldn't say he missed.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
Here you go. You can watch an old crap or a new Crapshot.
No, this one's aired.
Oh, okay.
I thought that there was more space on this drive. I got to go switch this.
Remember Checkpoint that went up 2 days ago, where we were talking about the new adults version of Jackbox, and Beej was like, "This will be great for that one person in your Jackbox friend group that always just puts cum as the answer to anything."
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I guess we've established that
That person is all of us.
yeah, we are that person, and also we apparently don't need the adults only version of Jackbox.
No.
So
I guess that is that if you want to be able to stream it as an adult game specifically, then you can classify it.
Now there was a question in chat of like we could write all the things on this chalkboard, and is it better to do that or have them scrolling on screen?
If we're
Probably better to have them on screen.
if we're especially if we're at the 90s at that point.
Yeah.
And writing them down would inflate how long the whole thing takes.
Oh, I don't mean during it. I just mean having them written. Yeah.
I think it also telegraphs the joke, like having, it's like when the subtitles have the joke in them,
Yeah.
right?
Ideally, if they could be overlaid on screen, but have a not be perfectly like. There's that thing of like where the camera has like a slight camera move to it, and the titles also have a slight camera move to it, but they don't line up because they were actually recorded on like two different plates and matched together.
The other one I was thinking of is clean off the board, and we just have the board as blank and display in chalk written letters scrolling up the board magically.
Amazing. Okay. So could you stand in there? I want to see what the lighting looks like because I'm sort of giving you like a bit of a side light.
I'm having amazing flashbacks to a video
Step this way.
resume I made back when I was trying to get a job at Royal Roads.
Like ideally, the titles, the text on screen would be something that could maybe be generated by this computer.
Right.
stand.
Yeah.
I want to have that as like a rim light.
Hello.
Why this doesn't look straight? Okay, great. And then now we just need a little bit more light on the face of you. But I don't want to use the other stick because that thing is really harsh unless we soften it up.
Always gotta remember to soft your sticks. That's how the pixies get you.
Soft your hearts and hard yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Graham, do you also want to grab some headphones?
No, because my hands are full. But I can in a moment. Thank you. Thank you. What's this?
I mean, would it work to just
It's
put,
the label for the box.
Oh, nice.
would it work to just put the softbox over the stick
Headphones.
I don't know. Let's try.
rather than just setting up a whole new light?
Yeah, that's fair. Let's try that.
Okay. Put the soft over the stick. Give me that back.
All right.
That goes in there.
There's one in there.
Yes, that's a edge light. That is in its position doing its job. This is to light Ian from the front of Ian. But this is very harsh, you see, so I want to...
Rubber bands?
Soften it cheaply.
All right.
I mean, I think that...
Seems to work. Right?
Yeah, that does it. We're not getting harsh shadows anymore.
In that light.
Nice. All right.
Headphones.
Headphones. So, Ian, would you like a teleprompter for this?
You bet.
Fine, you
I
might.
can't even find the script in here to start preparing.
Well, you were there when we wrote it, so you know.
Oh yeah, the whole it's wow.
All right, 1 second.
I'll put these away. Sweep them these in.
Sana sure likes to jump around a lot.
Getting their zoomies out.
Hi.
Jump around. Jump around.
How's it going
Remember-
out there in the internet?
You remember this when we were getting ready for stuff,
And I would have to.
and somebody would just point a camera at you during the crapshoot?
I do. I'm cold. I'm so cold. All of a sudden.
Slow zoom.
funny man.
Slow zoom.
Okay.
Wait. Focus. Slow zoom.
Welcome.
Slow zoom.
Welcome
Wait.
to Chemistry
Focus.
452, Special Topics in Statistical Mechanics. Today, we'll be going over the ergodic hypothesis, which forms the basis of many of the shortcuts we'll be taking in this course. At this point, I've forgotten everything I learned in this lecture. Other than how to use partition functions.
More like
And
a
the
erotic hypothesis.
And the canonical ensemble. Which canonical ensemble is your favorite?
I'm just getting the script onto this iPad for prompting purposes. There we go. Through the power of AirDrop.
Let's see it.
Hang on. Now I've got to put it into a different program.
Oh.
Wait for it. There we go. Now let's open to Pages. Now the most recent thing we've used this prompter for is one of Ben's deck techs from a PPR. Great. And then to do presenter mode. Ta-da! Wow.
Do you want me to hold the prompter?
That'd be lovely.
Okay.
How's that, Ian?
Welcome to Chapter 3 of your IBS Computer Systems training video. You've plugged in your brand new IBS 2404 InfoMuch Computational Unit Manager, connected and degaussed the monitor, correctly mated your SCSI input device, and bootstrapped your operating system. You're ready to start computing. Almost. Before you can log into...
Wait, are you planning on doing like the same shot, but like maybe we punch in, but the shot is otherwise the same, but then you just turn?
That was what I was thinking.
Great.
Because I was thinking the background would just be whatever the same background is.
Perfect. That sounds great. Okay. So let's just record up to the turn.
Voice is okay on that?
I don't know. How does it sound, Matt?
Coming in pretty loud and clear.
Welcome to Chapter 3 of your IBS Computer Systems training video.
Oh. Slight what?
Slightly echoey, also whatever the hell that was.
No more saliva.
All right.
Just like tears.
Rolling.
Welcome to Chapter 3 of your IBS Computer Systems training video. You've plugged in your brand new IBS 2404 info munch with Computational Unit Manager, connected and degaussed the monitor correctly, mated your SCSI input devices, and bootstrapped your operating system. You're ready to start computing.
Can you
do that again?
Yeah, I was going to say, just try one more. A little, maybe even like a little, not too slow, but like a little slower. Just sort of like, like, welcome. You're like, hello. You're like, it's Chapter 3.
Yeah, we're all comfortable here.
Yeah,
We're not
exactly.
rush.
Yeah.
Welcome to Chapter 3 of your IBS Computer Systems training video. You've plugged in your... Take it back to the top. I want to add another word there.
You can be a little higher, Matt. That is not in show. Oop.
It's also just quite loud and clear to me, though. So
Well, your headphones are very loud.
That might be it.
So yeah, it can be. It is not yet in shot. If you're going higher, it is now in shot. It is not in shot. So yes, that's probably a good place to go. Go for it. Sorry. And rolling.
Welcome to Chapter 3 of your IBS Computer Systems training video. By now, you've plugged in your brand new IBS 2404 info munch with Computational Unit Manager, connected and degaussed your monitor, correctly mated your SCSI input device, and bootstrapped your operating system. You're ready to start computing.
Great. I'll put in a cut. And then so I think, because we're recording, even though this is going to look like a VHS, we're recording in 4K. So I will just punch slightly closer.
Turn?
And then, then just turn and just be like, almost. And then from here out, it's basically the whole thing. So do you want to read it once or you want to just go for it?
Let's go for it, and then if that doesn't work, then we'll do it again.
Sounds good.
Almost.
Oh, sorry. I was not sure that I was definitely rolling.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
Go ahead. I am now absolutely rolling.
Almost. Before you can tunnel into your local BBL, that's Bulletin Board Library, we should review the file types supported by the IBS 2404 Info Munch. First up, standard file types, like YIP, MP4, JAM, bin, and its cooler cousin, non-bin, mpreg, mpreg video, mpreg audio layer 3, uwu, BOFA, but be sure to specify which of the D's ports to write to. Seal it. Oops. Piss. Ass. Tar, which can of course be refined into avgas and wax. Fluff. Smut. Egg. RM, which operates the rimjob application. And finally, .mid, for files you won't be coming back to. Now, when you're ready, launch the Computational Unit Manager wizard helper, or CUM wizard. This will generate an abundance of .jizz files, which you can then load. We're going to do that again. I think
that was really good.
Yeah, I think we want to standardize on dot names. Do we want dot before everything, or dot for everything?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's giving me comfort. Let's try again for real.
And now at the very end, was it because you don't?
Yeah, I need to trail off into another word.
No. It's sorry. I guess not the very end. The bit where it actually says wizard. Right. Yeah. The Computational Unit Manager Installation Helper, or CUM wizard. So it's only because you said wizard both times, so it's only wizard the second time. So it's a surprise. All right. Go ahead.
Almost.
Before you can tunnel into your local BBL, that's Bulletin Board Library, we should review what type of files are supported by the IBS 2404 InfoMunch. First up, all the standard file types you use every day. Familiar formats like .gif, .mp4, .jam, .bin, and its cooler cousin, .nonbin, .mpreg, .mpreg video, .mpreg audio layer 3, .hulu, .bofa, but be sure to specify which of these ports to write to. .clit, .oops, .piss, .ass, .tar, which of course can be refined into .avgas and .wax, .fluff, .smut, .egg, .rm, which opens the RM job application, and finally .mid, for files which you won't be coming back to. Now, when you're ready, launch the Computational Unit Manager Installation Helper, or CumWizard. This will generate an abundance of JIS files, which you can then load into your...
You had two small stumbles in there. One near the beginning. It was familiar files. Familiar file extensions. And then another one at the end that I don't recall offhand. But this is very good.
Do you want a little bit more gesturing, like pointing with the finger kind of thing? Or?
No, I don't.
No, I think you do whatever you're comfortable with, yeah. All right, I am still rolling. Go ahead.
Almost. Before you can tunnel into your local BBL, that's Bulletin Board Library, we should review what file types are supported by the IBS 2404 InfoMunch. First up, all the standard file types that you use every day. Familiar formats like .gif, .mp4, .jam, .bin, and its cooler cousin .nonbin, .mpreg, .mpreg video, .mpreg audio layer 3, .hulu, .bofa, but be sure to specify which of these ports to write to. .clit, .oops, .piss, .ass, .tar, which can of course be refined into .avgas and .wax, .fluff, .smut, .egg, .rm, which operates the RM job application, and finally .mid for the files you won't be coming back to. Now, when you're ready, launch the Computational Unit Manager Installation Helper, or CumWizard. This will generate an abundance of JIS files, which you can then load into your various therapies.
Abundance of JIS files almost gets me every single time. Great. Cut. Cool. You all right, Cameron?
Yeah, I've been suppressing something in my throat.
Oh, no.
An abundance of JIS files?
Possibly.
Great. Now, I don't know where we're filming this next bit. I should have been thinking about that.
Right, there is one to film.
Which of our
I guess.
What about
we have a
cold
couch.
storage area?
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be somewhere where
You
Corey's like
VCR to
watching the TV.
Yeah.
So we could do it. We could do it over here on the couch,
Yep.
and maybe use a light to give the impression of a television.
Yeah.
All the overheads.
Yeah, turn the overheads off. Set one of these to blue, which we can do because they're RGB.
Where's the VCR?
We don't need the VCR. We need
Just the tape?
we need the tape, which we don't have. So you can't come to cold storage, can you? No, you're connected to this room. Great. Well, that means some people need to fill time while I go get something. Excuse me.
I was about to ask if I'm safe taking this tie off, but
I think so.
Oh, good. Well, it's not getting a retie this way again. Like the kids do.
Yeah, hit that gritty.
Right there.
Now hit that gritty. Work it. Bob and weave.
Great. How are the grits doing in the playoffs right now?
The Flyers?
Sure.
Dunno.
Not in it.
Great. And this is perfectly legal, I think.
What can you speak to with the greatest amount of authority? And do that now.
Kids should definitely be able to vote at the age of 16. It's very important. Now, I need to go have my prostate looked at.
James, you know how you were like, wait, what are we talking about? That's sort of how I feel. Check this out, by the way.
Ooh. Oh.
I have these.
CBS Fox.
Yeah. I don't know what, 1984.
That's not special.
No, it's not. That's the best part. I got all three.
Oh.
And nothing else.
Happy May 4th, everybody.
Those are non-special editionized.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Anyway, on this copy of the 1999 New Year's Much Music Countdown is this Zenith one, but I think this is the coolest looking one that
Star
we've got.
Trek specials?
Well, it says Star Trek specials. I don't remember exactly what's on it.
I'm pretty sure it's Star Trek specials.
No, I think so too, but I think this would be the right one to use. So I'm thinking.
Let me show people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my thought is that we put masking tape across here and
Yep.
label it "Come Wizard," and then you're just holding this, being like, "I feel lied to," and that's it.
Yeah. Great.
And Cameron has a masking tape.
All right.
That's narrow masking tape.
It was what I found.
Yeah, no, I think you. Oh no, up on the pegboard.
Oh, okay. Pegboard, you say.
Pegboard. Hold your jokes.
I also feel lied to.
No problem. I guess these would be 4x3, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah. I can't.
Coming out, being released in 1984. Mono compatible.
I mean, once you had mono, you're...
Yeah, you were out for a while.
Yeah.
Years. This one's also mono compatible, 1990. Why did it take them 6 years between 1986? Oh, okay. So
It
these
was
are
a
not-
different time.
These two are from the same release, and then that one's from a later release.
You wore out your empire.
Apparently. Star Trek: The Next Generation, Season 4. Almost Live? Damn.
Oh, wow.
Anybody else remember Almost Live?
I do.
Regional SNL variant?
Yep.
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 Yeah, they were kind of like the opening act for SNL.
Yeah, they were based in Seattle, and it was recorded live, but live to tape, which is why they called it Almost Live.
It's our joke.
The Almost
Our
Live
joke
is,
now.
the Almost Live is great. What I love best about this particular tape is the tape over top of the copy protection tab.
Yes!
Almost Live was where Bill Nye came from.
Yeah, Speed Walker.
Yep.
Heel toe, heel toe.
He would also
How
do
about
science
I-
bits with them.
Mm-hmm.
Expose the...
Oh no.
So this should be visible on camera, right?
I mean, should Corey be wearing
The Loading Ready Run hoodie? Probably not.
I'm sure my Celeste t-shirt will fit right in.
It's present day. We'll answer all of the questions being asked by your Celeste.
Yeah. All right. Costume.
Let's put this stuff back in the.
What you thinking for a costume?
Is this what you wear to watch porn? What do you wear to watch porn?
Why would I answer that question?
Inquiring minds need to know!
That implies there's an answer to that question.
Some sort of speed suit?
What about just a really ugly sweater?
We have so many on offer.
No. Too ugly.
Spinning wheel.
Cozy.
Do you wear bling when you watch porn?
Yeah.
Not you specifically.
Only as a special treat. Oh, hi.
We're good.
All right. I'm going to move this Twitch partner. And the seat there.
But I'm a better partner.
You're thinking about it. But...
Pull overheads off.
Yes.
Matt, you may want to dig in your ring.
Actually, we might just... Oh, yeah. That's... Actually, leave it like that. So I want to get... lower. This tripod is still... I should have bought a new tripod.
Ian, how do I embiggen my ring?
You might need to do it through software.
Oh, great.
What are you looking for? Oh, changing the...
Either the iris or
So
the
you can
ISO.
see?
Yeah.
Oh.
And we're back.
I don't know what I did. As far as I'm aware, I didn't do anything. I just changed the ISO so you can actually see what's happening here.
You need to refer to
French.
the Cup Wizard before you change any software.
You look so disappointed. It's great. Hold it a little higher. There we go.
Oh.
I'm just going to be speaking out my mouth, too.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about shadows.
Hey,
Probably gonna come from behind.
where'd Cameron go?
Behind?
I mean, the top behind. Bottom.
Can I see this actually? I think we need to replace this with larger lettering.
Like 2 parallel strips
The
of
Cum
tape.
Wizard must be larger.
Yeah.
Ah, inflation.
Damn it.
Wait, we're off.
It's back on the... Oh, no, he took it. You're right.
Oh no, you put it back on a different peg.
What? Huh. Who does that?
You should leave an outline of your tapes.
Oh, you're fine, Cam.
Yes, because
Sucks.
the thing that defines which tape is which is the shape of the spool.
Okay, I'll go get the pen back from Beach.
Oh, was that a very special Sharpie?
Didn't there a Sharpie in the cup right
I
there?
don't know.
I don't know. Is there?
I haven't looked yet. 1 second.
We have a bit marker of some kind.
Aha. Testing. Great. You want to do it still?
Sure.
Right to the edges of the tape. Just real.
Make no mistake.
Make the Cum Wizard as large as possible. We're a family-friendly show. That's never been true.
We're family unfriendly.
Yeah, it's like that bakery that was like, get your mom a cream pie for Mother's Day. Moms love them.
Oh!
Sorry.
It's like it's sinned, or it's about to get married.
Yeah.
You need someone else to wash the light?
Oh, no, it's blocking. We're creating a hertz.
Yeah, but you're holding the boom.
Yeah, it's true.
Alright,
Yeah,
don't
I
get
can do that
slammed.
one actually.
We'll probably need someone to. You're holding the boom?
No, I can do it.
Oh, probably.
See? I mean, if it's not to your specifications, we can get someone else.
We'll just see how much we want.
If you do it too slow, then
There we go. Yeah, try to tilt the tape so that the open side is toward. Yeah, that way so we don't see the Star Trek. We can only see the Cum Wizard.
it almost looks like you can miss.
Well, that's going to be a gift forever.
What's a Clim Wizard?
I know, right? Oh. That's a Gundam thing.
Clim Mick?
Yep. And Mick Jack, who pilots the Jackknife.
Whereas Clim... No, that's Mask. Mask flies the bullet.
Yes.
Elf Ball. There's a robot called Elf Balls.
But Bollock is only one.
Single bullet.
Bingo Bollock.
So the person sitting down to watch this was actually wanting to watch Old Gundam?
Yes!
Wait, Matt?
That's what I thought this
Matt?
was.
Can you come take this again?
Speak about Old Gundam.
You know, the thing about Gundam is it's just about Director Tomino saying the same thing to you louder and louder with each time. Listen to the children. Stop doing a war.
I was looking for somewhere we have these little pieces of these little
the gels?
yeah, these little plastic gels, and I was looking for like the orange one to get like to imply the light from like a lamp coming in from the side of shot, but we don't have that. But we do have just this, and this will probably do its job.
Yep. Separate me from the wall.
Exactly.
The magic of Final Cut's color correction. Surely there's a way that this works.
There. That's probably fine.
That does help.
Great. I want this.
Yes, please. Are you going to take care of
So
Charleston and the light?
gonna do this to give the impression of a television flickering. All right, you good?
Am I boom 30?
You are. Great. All right.
I feel lied to.
You do one where you glance at the yeah.
I feel lied to.
Can you try, just because I'm curious, can you try one that's more like definitive than disappointed?
Just definitive.
Yeah.
I feel lied to.
I like that. I don't know which one. Yeah, those are all great. What's up?
Can I just give a quick suggestion?
Yeah.
I guess it would be more disappointing, but it would be well, that's disappointing.
Just flatly, well, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not? We're here.
I was promised loads of love. That's disappointing.
I think it's sad.
That's disappointing. I'm so disappointed.
Damn it.
I do like,
I
damn
spent
it.
money on this.
Oh, right, wait. Hang on.
Oh yeah, we need the box.
I forgot about this. Yes, wait, where's the...
It should be inside.
I think it's in it. I think it needs to.
Unclaimed. Oh, I see. Oh. How do we...
How did I? It's so small.
I think we just attach it and feel good about it being there forever.
So is it supposed to be like... Someone tell me if this is in frame? If this is like here?
Yeah.
It's real small and out of focus.
Like, I think it needs to be like Sharpie across here, like Grandpa's stuff.
Yeah, I think it pulls focus away from the cassette box.
I think you're right. You know what? I think we're good with the take we have. Even though Beej very kindly went and made this for unclaimed 1 of 27 from the estate of the deceased D. Johnson. And I just want to give Beej props for a very good joke, but I don't think that we actually need this in the shot.
I kind of want one more reading that's too much.
So abundant.
Okay.
Is that shots?
I guess, yeah, that would then be a wrap of the filming. So now we're going to take another break, swap to some different cameras, and it will now be the editing portion. So don't go away. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Choppy, choppy.
Hello. Welcome back. We are now here in the editing zone. Please enjoy Final Cut Pro. We've copied the files over and brought them into Final Cut. I'll hide that visual for now. And let's start chopping stuff together. Now, can you, at home, this is the part that we couldn't quite test, can you hear this? Because I can.
Wait, you can't?
No, I can.
Okay.
It's low and echoed. It's very quiet. That's interesting.
I had to turn it way down because there's like some nasty hum on the thing.
Was that from before? Or like,
Yeah.
Was that from the little mic we were using before? Like, do we still have... Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, there is still a bit of there.
Sounds like we're hearing it through your microphones. Weird. You're not.
Yeah, we shouldn't be.
Everyone loves ground loops.
Let's just see what happens when I do this. Does the hum go away, Paul?
Okay.
Well,
Well, I'm going to start sort of moving stuff around here. Generally speaking, this is not always the case, but generally speaking, I assume that the most recent take is the correct one, because that's the one that on set we were like, that was the best.
unless we do another one for safety.
Yes, I will usually watch all of them just to make sure, but for the purpose of now, we're just going to assume that this is the correct one.
Ready to start computing.
All right, so throw this into the template. We'll decide later what we're going to call this.
Welcome to Chapter 3 of your IBS Computer Systems training video. By now, you've plugged in your brand new IBS 2404.
What?
I'm hearing it somewhere else as well than the moon base.
Is it also coming out of the computer? Oh, it might be. Oh, hang on a minute. External headphones. No, there we go.
Okay.
No.
Welcome to Chapter 3 of your IBS Computer Systems.
Oh, that's coming out of the speakers in Studio C.
Okay, that's
we're
why.
hearing it. That's why we're hearing it.
IBS 2404 InfoMunch with Computational Unit Manager, connected and degoused your monitor, correctly mated your SCSI input device, and bootstrapped your operating system. You're ready to start computing.
Almost.
Didn't realize we had the door in shot here, but
I mean, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
So remember, of course, also that we are going to be cropping in.
yes, for the 4x3 of this.
Probably, I've done this before, and I can't remember exactly how many. I think it's about 500 pixels either side. So the shot's going to look like this. But there will be further adjustments forthcoming. So
I'm just going to try a slightly different setup for the audio routing from the computer. So I'm going to mute the audio from the computer for just a moment.
okay, I will just do some visual stuff then. I'll show you some of the adjustments that we do. So we shoot what's called flat, which is sort of a low saturation form. So it has because these cameras have a very good dynamic range. They have a high dynamic range. You might have heard people talking about HDR. You might have seen it abused in real estate photography. But basically, this allows us to do more adjustments in post. So if I bring up this graph here, so this is the, I'm actually going to turn off the cropping as well. So there we go. So you can see the video graph. This is where all the visual data is. This is 0, this is 100. Generally speaking, you want to have your shadows down around 0 and your highlights up around 100, without going beyond that, or else things start clipping. So we will start by just sort of adjusting the exposure. It's a little more precise in things like DaVinci Resolve, but here we'll just sort of pull that down a bit until maybe it's just touching, and then we'll take the highlights up, and you see that it moves the whole thing around as well. And then we get it sort of nicely contrasted floating in the middle. Then we will make some adjustments to sort of add some contrast of our own with the midtones.
It's kind of magical what you can do with just those 3 adjustments.
Mm-hmm. So 240 pixels off each side. Oh, 480 pixels. Oh, so 500 was pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that means that when we do this crop, so we'll just say 480, 480. Great. There we go. Now the other thing that this also does is takes down the saturation, and this being a tape of the era that we want, this will have high saturation.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to do it in sort of a spread like that. And then the only other thing is that it's a little yellow, which is probably fine for VHS, but I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until we get to the VHS, the VCR filters before we do that. So I'm going to adjust this a little bit.
Those are absolutely going to make some big changes.
So I'm just going to pull some yellow out of the image overall, and then specifically pull some yellow out of the highlights. And then that just looks...
true to life.
Looks pretty good. There's a fun thing you can do if we go to the vector scope.
Oh.
So this is showing the spread of all the colors sort of they spread out from a center point. So like if I start adding a lot of blue, you see everything spread over to the blue, right? So you can sort of see how it spreads around. If we crop in like this on just some skin, just some skin. So you see where it's pointing. I don't know if you can see that. It's sort of the angle that it's pointing
Just
to.
slightly out at red of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So skin tones, generally, you want to have them actually pointing sort of in that direction, on like the 45, of that kind of way. And before you ask, every skin tone. Weird how that works, but it is. And so you can sort of like isolate skin tone, adjust just for that, and then pull everything back. And that's one way that you can do your color correction to sort of like a
Can you do something that makes sound?
neutral correction. Yes, I can. A neutral correction in a way to preserve skin tones.
Amazing how much this overlaps with mini painting. And making sure that you've got the right base colors underneath skin tone in order to give the right overtone.
Exactly. How's that looking? Sounding?
Still not very good.
No computer audio. Interesting.
Huh.
Can't hear anything. All right.
Well.
So let me just turn this back on, reset the cropping, and then put it back to the...
I also love that in the past, this would have been something that would have been a dedicated piece of equipment that would be an actual scope.
Big dials. Yeah. Cool. So we can set this back to the waveform and put that over there for now. So I guess while we're getting the audio sorted out, what should we work on? We have this great IBS logo that Pix put together just now. I feel like this should be blue, and I don't know why. Oh, I guess because it's IBM. That's what I'm thinking of. Maybe it doesn't want to be blue.
Ooh, a good brown looks good.
A good brown. Love a good brown. Do it like that, but then like darken it a little bit to take down the saturation. This is not how you're supposed to do this, but I've gotten very good at hacking a bunch of nonsense together in Final Cut over the years.
Sometimes Final Cut doesn't want to do what you want it to do, and you do have to hack that in.
Yeah. So there's that. And I agree with Omdora Strix. That's exactly what I was thinking of doing. so probably about that long. I'm going to put some keyframes in here of scale and position at that point. And then I'm going to rewind to the beginning, and I'm going to set it back to 100 in the center.
Importantly.
And so...
Watch that shrink down.
Love it. All right, we're just listening to it, and you can't see it yet. My bad.
Now, this is a sketch. That's where I'd have some cutaways to the actual pieces of equipment.
Yes, yeah. Two other things we could possibly do while we're waiting for sound is... I think there's a default filter for this. Ah. Is it not? Can you not do that for... Sometimes certain Final Cut things don't work how you expect that they should work. I was trying to add some trails to that, but that does not seem to be working. That's interesting. Is it on the wrong clip? No, it's not. It's just sometimes Final Cut decides that the things are not going to work the way that you think that they should work. So
hence the hacks.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll come back to that. Okay. What's up, Paul?
Hey, I'm just still getting some very bad ground pound.
Do you want to try direct?
I think that's what he's doing.
Stop.
Don't pull anymore.
Oh. I just lost whatever hum I was hearing.
Well, that's interesting.
That's correct, yes. I turned the trails off when it was obvious that the trails were not working. Like you can see there, the trails should be there. Something I could do, and you know what, while we're waiting for a moment, maybe I will. Maybe I'll just do it this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to copy it a third time. And I'm going to take each of these copies, and I'm going to set them all to an opacity of, let's say, 65. And then I'm going to shift it by 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3
look at that.
frames. And wow, that's awful.
I think we'd need a fill behind the IBS if we wanted to do that.
Yeah. Which, I mean, well, we have this. No, that version's filled in. That is not really going to work. You could. There's ways. You know what? I'm only going to offset them by 1 frame. We can decide later if that's worth keeping or not. Also, once that animation is done, we can delete all that. And yes, I agree that we just turn down the opacity 45 and 25. Take each subsequent opacity down.
That's almost good.
Just enough. All right. Now this is where we're going to have to do a lot of text. So apart from anything else, so this we're going to punch in a bit, and I think we'll move it over this direction.
Put me on a third.
Yeah. Nope. So that's where the first format comes in, and it's .yif. So let's decide what that's going to look like. .yif. So original Helvetica is probably a pretty good call.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
My other
it
thought
always
on
is.
this would be a courier.
Ooh.
To give you that sort of terminal emulator feel. Definitely need a bold on that.
And we want to make this sort of orangey yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we want a fully opaque drop shadow.
Oh, yeah, we're starting to look like my terminal now.
There we go. IBM Plex Mono. I don't think we have that font. I have a lot of fonts on here.
It's a little too modern, too, for my taste.
Yeah, we've got
American Typewriter might actually be a better looking font, but that's still even a bit too short, I want to say.
Arial.
Height.
I mean, I could spend
Oh, yeah.
way too long on this. Futura is very wrong. Geneva.
Oh, that takes you back to the 90s on the Apple.
Yep. MS Sans Serif. I don't think I have that on here because why would I? Comic Sans is not right for this. It's funny on its own. Chicago would be funny for different reasons. Monaco
feels good.
Oh, feels good. Looks terrible.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess is sort of the point. Yeah, Monaco could work. Oh yeah, what did Mangle Pixel use? Microma. I mean, I could get it, but I'd have to like restart Final Cut, and it would be a whole thing. So for now, we'll do Monaco. And so so what's funny is I can't, because I've zoomed in, I can't just do the 480 on either side like this. The cropping on this shot, because 480 is now it's all.
It applies to the video, not to the frame.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is overlay this.
We should be able to hear them now.
And adjust the and just sort of copy it until it's the same. This is very hacky, but you know what? This is the kind of stuff we get away with.
It's gonna get definitely sanded down with the VHS filters.
Yes.
Start computing. Almost. Before you can tunnel into your local b.yif.
Like the framing is awkward in a way that I think is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, hey, the audio sounds good. Great. That's amazing. Paul, I don't know what you did, but you're a super genius. Thank you.
.mp4.
Now the question is, I think we come in on the. I don't think we come in on the dot. I think we want for comedic timing. We want to come in on.
Right in the word. .mp4.
Yep. Yeah. Also, we should justify.
Yes. Otherwise, we're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah. Otherwise, everything's going to jump around a lot. So I'm actually just going to copy that one again. We want to justify to the left, so that the centering doesn't. Oh, what happened? Oh, they moved. Okay.
Justify my if.
It's important to justify your font choices.
So let's say -635, and then we'll change. Whoops. Make this one also -635. Great. Okay.
Matt's like .yif, .mp4, .jam.
So .jam is just jam, right? That's not a joke.
Let me bring up the script. But I think it is just jam. Yep, just jam. Not to get all Kate beaten, but I do like jam.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And its cooler cousin .non. I think we want these ones to stack vertically.
We can do that. 1 second. .bin, and then this one would be. So like that?
Yeah. And its cooler cousin .nonbin. .mpreg.
Oh boy.
.mpreg. Man, I'm pretty close to on time, aren't I?
Yeah, it's almost exactly the same timing every single time, which is great.
Mpreg video.
Now, do we do this? Do we do it like this? No. We do it like this? Like this? It's just running across your face.
The nice thing is that Monaco should be a monospaced font.
It
So
is.
if we wanted to do that, we could do a space video underneath.
Oh,
there.
yes, right. Like that.
Yeah.
Great.
I think for layer 3, we should add a third layer.
Yep. Preg audio layer 3. That's what MP3 well, not Mpreg, but that's what MP3 stands for.
.mpreg audio.
Oh, right. Final Cut does, because it's Mac OS and trying to be very helpful, it does, and I fight with this constantly, it does automatically capitalize the beginning of lines.
Yep. Video. .mpreg audio layer 3.
What are the other two audio layers?
Well, I
What's
believe
that?
there's MPEG 2 audio, which is just your DVD audio, and then MPEG 1 layer 1 would be the same. I should look that up.
This is MPEG 2 layer 3. So presumably there's
Dot
MPEG 2 layer 1 and 2.
Right. Both.
Those are the
Now-
secret layers.
Was this meant to be, whoops, BFA? Or fully BOFA?
I think BFA is what we're looking for.
Right.
That's in the script.
Be sure to specify which of these ports to write to.
I feel like maybe the on-screen thing should be BOFA, just to nail it.
Yeah. If you're going to do the Ds, go with a DX and DR.
I don't know if that works. Let's try this.
.bofa, but be sure to specify which of these ports to write to. .sealit. To. .sealit. .oop.
That's very funny. That oops.
Oops.
Oh.
Oops.
Now it was piss was just PSS, right?
Yeah.
That I think works.
So that was what we were going to do with PSD for that. If I recall.
Right.
.piss. .ass. .tar, which can of course be refined into
Ass. Dot tar. These are just real things.
.ass. .tar, which can of course be refined into .ab.
And we want to do
Be refined into
The avgas and .wax. I think probably a good idea just because it might be hard to pick up the joke if it's
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
abgas and .wax. Refined into .avgas and .wax. .fluff.
The Final Cut's text features leave much to be desired even today. Fluff.
Yep.
So what was? Is it literally just fluff, or was
Just
it?
fluff in the script.
Okay.
If there's a joke there, I didn't get it.
It's just meaning like nothing really.
.fluff. .smut. Egg. .rm, which operates the
Egg.
.egg. .rm.
Oh, fluff pairs with smut because they're descriptors on fanfic, of course.
Oh, okay,
Of
that's
course.
it. Got it now.
So they could be, if we wanted, they could be like fluff and smut.
FLF I like.
.fluff.
SMT's a bit.
.smut. .egg.
.egg.rm, which
Friggin' real media.
operates the RM job application. Resting bin null. The RM job application.
Oh, God damn it. See what I mean about the capitalization?
Application. And finally, .mid for the file. Mid. And finally, .mid for the files you won't be coming back to. Now, when you're ready, launch the Computational Unit Manager Installation Helper, or CumWizard. This will generate an abundance of JIS files, which you can then load. Part of me wants to see a wipe of CumWizard appear.
Yeah, we still need to find some music for this, too.
Oh,
no. We may not have time to do that today, but we'll see. Should it zoom back out when he's done listing files? What I'm thinking of doing actually is
be coming back to artificial pan.
Yeah, I was thinking artificial pan. Now okay, hang on. So now what I need to do actually, I'm realizing, is I need to do the opposite of what I was doing before, and actually put a black layer on top.
Oh, right.
And add a shape mask to it. We'll remove all the curvature and all of the feathering. Nope, 0 feathering. And we will move it to the edges like that, and all the way up, and invert it. And that way we can remove the cropping underneath. All right. So now
coming back to
keyframe. Move forward a little bit.
Now. Files you won't.
Right. Sorry, this needs to be above all of that.
Coming back to. Now, when you're ready, launch the computational unit.
I think that should actually be faster, because it would be like bad video.
Mm-hmm. It's a real shame you can't easily add bad camera shape or handshake.
Yeah, I wish I could. There is so there is, there's the earthquake filter, and it might be possible.
Is it directional?
To let me try this. This might not work, but let me try this. I'm going to put a keyframe here, and a keyframe here, and one more here, and one more here. And I put keyframes on the wrong thing. I meant to put them on the amount. It's okay. Okay, so here I'm going to put nothing, and the next one, and the next one, and the last one I'm going to put nothing. So there's only a little bit of earthquake.
Now.
So it just sort of like jitters, which is maybe not quite what we're looking for. We can change the epicenter. Maybe I move it lower.
Now, when you're ready...
I mean, that kind of works.
Back to. Now, when you're ready, launch the computation... Yeah, it's
sure,
like it's on a
that
tripod
works.
that someone just hasn't loosened.
Yeah.
Has never been loosened.
Yeah. Hey, welcome, Raiders. You're in for a treat. Okay, so something else we need to do is add the color correction over here.
Thankfully, it's a copy and paste.
It is, so we'll do that.
Every day, familiar formats like...
Ease in and out on the movement. Wouldn't that be a great thing that you would love for Final Cut to do?
Yep. You won't be coming...
I mean, it does... So Final Cut does automatically add a little bit... That's not what I meant to click. Does add a little bit of... smoothing.
But getting access to that direct S curve is...
Yeah, not on... it doesn't do them on filters. So like these motion keyframes are indeed... if we go here, we can see the actual keyframes, and these are smoothed rather than linear. But it doesn't... Yeah. There's a reason you typically don't do this kind of thing in Final Cut.
Be coming back to. Now, when you're ready, launch the.
You know what? That should still be less. I think even when it's going, maybe just make it 5 rather than 9. Actually, maybe start stronger.
Coming back to. Now, when you're ready, launch the.
We may remove that. I don't know.
Manager installation. I wouldn't be sad if it went away.
Fair enough. You know what? We'll disable it for now. All right.
Or Come Wizard. This will generate an abundance of jizz files, which you can then. Yeah, I'm not going to post this to my day job water cooler channel. No, people could find it on their own.
I feel lied to.
Corey has the most amazing facial acting.
I'm going to be hard-pressed to hear out takes other than this one. I think this is the best take.
The only worry I have is about the label on the spine of that VHS, which is different from...
Oh, the one that says Star Trek Specials?
Yeah, but you know what?
I feel lied to.
You can't read it as clearly as you can read Come Wizard.
And I do feel like the Come Wizard takes authority here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really establishing a lot of authority over this scene. I think that I think we did a really good job with the lighting here.
We did.
I feel.
I can just watching the graph bounce as you move your arms back and forth over the light.
Oh yeah, you can see the lighting graph here. I hope the frame rate's good enough that you can see the little lighting graph here bouncing up and down.
I feel lied to.
Yeah, we can see that.
Good. And then the wait. There we go. Now the real question is, whoops.
How much L in the content?
Yeah, I'm thinking what I want to do is I want to extend this, do that. Actually, fully detach the audio here because I want to put a
high pass on that.
Yeah, I want to put a filter on it.
Yep.
Actually, I probably want to put a filter on the whole thing, but this is going to be a different other filter
for diegetic audio.
Yes. High pass. There it is.
Oh.
I feel lied to. I feel lied to.
And it can be quieter too.
I feel lied to. Well.
Actually, we probably want to add. We haven't needed to add a compressor to the other audio, which is nice. But
I blame the echo-ness of the stairwell.
Yeah. Add a little bit of Final Cut's machine learning isolation, voice isolation, which is amazing.
I feel lied to.
Okay, that's very good. All right. Sort of jumping all over the place, but let's tell you what. Let's take a look at our VCR filters. So I have some incredibly good and robust VCR filters that make video look awful. This is the most basic. Let's take a look at it. So these are just like fully done grades. But if we go down into here we go, VHS style. Look how crunchy these get. Wait for it.
Needs to load.
Wait for it.
Oh my god.
Like it really looks the part. Do you have a real VCR? Yes, but oh my lord.
The nice thing about using the filters is that it's a reproducible effect.
Yes.
And adjustable.
Now, probably what I will have to do is what I did for Quirpline, and actually export the video with the captions baked in, and then apply the VHS filter.
Because it doesn't apply the
because otherwise you'll have to apply it to different layers, and they'll look
really
wrong.
bad.
They'll jitter at wrong times. So, oh Lord. So I think let's give this a quick watch just as it is, and then if that works, like if we're happy with how it's all looking, then I will export just the Ian shot. Then we can start playing with filters.
Sounds good.
Just making sure it's all lined up properly. Oh yes, and we need to come up with a name for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, some time ago we quietly dropped that every crapshot needs to be named the something, so it can be whatever we want.
I mean, I don't feel bad about the info munch.
Can they not be grouped in a pre-comp in Final Cut? Okay, they can. The way that Final Cut does pre-comps sucks, but it can't. They can. You can do that. Let me try this. Actually, you know what? Let me do it this way. Let me do all of this, except the
masking.
Except the masking. Tape.
Welcome to Chapter 3 of your IBS Computer Systems training video. By now, you've plugged in your brand new IBS 2404.
Something I'm just realizing is that what we do want to put the voice isolation on your shot as well for a little bit of echo cancellation.
Right.
And we should still give you a compressor anyway, even though we don't necessarily need it for the level boost. It just makes the voices sound nicer.
The formats?
Now you've plugged in your brand new IBS 2404 Info Munch.
See, it's less echoey.
Computational Unit Manager, connected and degaussed your monitor, correctly mated your SCSI input device, and bootstrapped your operating system. You're ready to start.
Okay, so we're still in the compound clips. I'm going to go back out. All right.
Wrap your operating system. You're ready to start computing. Almost. Before you can tunnel into your local BBL, that's Bulletin Board Library, we should
that's a very
review
good
what
joke.
file types are supported by the IBS 2404 InfoMunch. First up, all the standard file types that you use every day. Familiar formats like .yif, .mpvor, .jam, .bin, and its cooler cousin .nonbin, .mpreg, .mpreg video, .mpreg audio layer 3.
Oh, we just narrowly avoided
.ulu,
the watermark.
.bofa. But be sure to specify which of these ports to write to. .clit, .oops, .piss, .ass, .tar, which can of course be refined into .avgas and .wax, .fluff, .smut, .egg, .rm, which operates the rmjob application, and finally .mid for the files you won't be coming back to. Now, when you're ready, launch the Computational Unit Manager Installation Helper, or CumWizard.
Oh, right.
This will generate an abundance of jizz files, which you can then load into your various...
I feel lied to.
It's a good hit.
Yeah. Now, do we have something on screen for when you say that?
Or CumWizard.
Can the text on the left just sort of universally be moved up a little bit?
I think, up in line with my, put the X height on my earlobe.
It can. I'm going to do it this way.
So that you get them all.
And so now that you've made that comp, can you now apply that filter to the comp as opposed to the individual layers?
Yes. Yes, that's true. I can do that. I want to quickly... I want to do a little bit of crossfade. Why can't I do that? Oh, I know why. Because...
Put the X height on the earlobe. Might be good Lurbot advice.
Bip. All right.
Which you can then load into your various...
I feel lied to.
I love that you actually just fully trail off there, but you can't tell when he's talking.
I'm never sure how much extra audio to put into these lines.
Because normally I do a hard cut, but I realize if she's watching it,
Yeah.
we need to be able to hear it in the room. So, okay. So
Do we want to add any text to Come Wizard when I say that?
yes, right. That's what we were looking at.
Launch the Computational Unit Manager Installation Helper. This is where I would feel like someone like IBM would put in a star wipe.
Or even just a wipe to the side, I think could work.
Of having this text appearing?
Yeah.
And is this text that just says
Yeah, I think though. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, right, we're not centered anymore. That. Like that. And then, yeah, what kind of a really ridiculous wipe? We've got this chevron wipe. Clock wipe is not appropriate here, though it is always the funniest.
I think just honestly
Just wipe?
yeah, left to right wipe. Or Come Wizard.
Just want to make
I
sure
like that it looks like that's actually like a caption for Ian.
Installation Helper. Or Come Wizard. This will generate an abundance of jizz files, which you can then load in.
Great, good. We're doing great work today. Okay, let's take a look at some of these VCR effects. So we can start with one of these and then like pull back a bit, but some of these get very
really wacky. Right? Yeah, that's
like look at that.
a bit much. Although I love what it's doing to the IBS logo.
Oh yeah. Like, let me see. I'm gonna throw this on here, and then let's maybe tune down some of these. Tune down distortion. God, there's so many.
So many options.
Turning down like the bloom or whatever, like it, so he doesn't look like he's in heaven.
Good idea.
Just gotta figure out where that's being applied.
Yeah, there's
Color channel controls.
color channel controls, threshold, smoothness,
So
threshold mix. Too much. Brightness. Take that down a bit. Nope. That's the brightness of something
Of
in
the overlay.
particular.
This is all in the
Highlights
overlay section
under your
right
color
now.
channel controls there.
Ah. Oh,
Ooh, that did something. Whoa.
that did a lot of things. Like I want it to look like this, but not this
as
much.
How about the filter
Oh.
section there? There's bloom and
Here we go.
aura.
Just the general opacity.
And there's also just like aura brightness there under filters
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
and bloom and stuff.
There we go. We're starting to get back that chroma offset.
I want a shot with some of the text. Oh, it's doing fun little other stuff too.
Yeah, that text becomes almost
Like
invisible though.
.yif. .mp. This
All right.
is a lot.
Tell you what, let's turn that one off. Whoa.
Ugh. It's like
Let's just try number 1.
wearing glasses.
Oh my
What?
God. What happened?
What happened to your head?
Use every day. Familiar.
How did that occur? Okay, let's not use this one.
Okay.
Let's try this one. What is it doing?
IBS 2404 InfoMunch.
Focus, overlay controls. Is it because there's another one already on here? I don't know. Okay. So there's also like just individual things you can do with like some effects and some.
I'll just throw the chroma offset on there.
Yeah, we'll get the offset on there. That's just. Oh God, there's so many
my
different things,
lord.
but it's just the
All
like
the standard file types
the
that
chromatic aberration. Little bit of magnetic
Yeah,
displacement.
that's good.
We'll just sort of ad hoc this instead. We'll take the effect amount. Take the noise down a little bit. The effect amount even less. Why is it so low? There we go.
That you use every day. Familiar formats like
Ooh.
.gif. Just a little bit of scan line is nice.
Yeah, and I think even this is a little too much.
Might need to darken or change the color of the text. It does kind of blend in with the background.
We could go with green for the text color if we wanted to.
We could. Saturation wriggling, some scan line, some signal interference, flickering tint.
Vignette one. Magnetic displacement.
Yeah, that's these. That's the. That's we already have that one.
Oh
on
yeah.
there.
Okay. Welcome to Chapter 3 of your IBS Computer Systems training video.
Like I think all this really needs now is like.
Just a bit of color.
Yeah, maybe some color farting and some a little less. Like actually, this one I think is good. It's just too much.
Hopefully, it's got a.
So let's. Contrast. Nope. Good heavens.
So much.
Yeah, what if you just turn down the opacity on it?
Yeah, I wish there was a way to just take down, just be like this, but less. I mean, it's good that all these controls are here. I just want a little less of them. Ooh.
Oh.
Do you know this man?
By now, you've plugged in your brand new IBS 2. Actually, looks pretty good. Jam. .bin and its cooler cousin .non-bin.
It seems a little too desaturated.
Yeah, I want to find out where that's happening in here.
I mean, there's a saturation setting.
Ah, there we go.
Okay.
That's all I was looking for.
.mpreg. .mpreg video. .mpreg audio layer 3. .uwu. .bofa. But be sure to specify which of these ports to write to. .clit.
Okay.
Somebody also suggested for the slide or the reveal of the wizard doing it as a hard, not as a faded.
Hard-edged wipe?
Wipe, yeah.
Rather than a fuzzy wipe?
Maybe. Let's have a look.
That is doable. 1 second.
Or come wizard. This will generate.
I don't know what's better.
I mean, we've got it hard. It'll probably look better once we've pulled out into the filter.
Alpha channel.
Helper or come wizard. This will generate an abundance of jizz.
Great. And then.
Yeah, gradiated transparency seems way too complicated for.
Yeah, now I know that there's a filter here called television. I'm using telephone because I think it sounds better.
You are usually correct in that. Yep.
Now we've got smooth analog, cordless, warm carbon mic, maybe one of those. Though I think we actually just want smooth analog, just a little less of it.
And .wax. .fluff.
All right, let's give this a look-see. There was a suggestion to call this the tape, which I guess is fine. We could then do other tapes. Sure.
Welcome to Chapter 3 of your IBS Computer Systems training video. By now, you've plugged in your brand new IBS 2404 InfoMunch with Computational Unit Manager, connected and degoused your monitor, correctly mated your SCSI input device, and bootstrapped your operating system. You're ready to start computing. Almost. Before you can tunnel into your local BBL, that's Bulletin Board Library, we should review what file types are supported by the IBS 2404 InfoMunch. First up, all the standard file types that you use every day. Familiar formats like .yif, .mp4, .jam, .bin, and its cooler cousin .nonbin, .mpreg, .mpreg video, .mpreg audio layer 3, .uwu, .bofa, but be sure to specify which of these ports to write to. .clit, .oops, .piss, .ass, .tar, which can of course be refined into .avgas and .wax, .fluff, .smut, .egg, .rm, which operates the RM job application, and finally .mib for the files you won't be coming back to. Now, when you're ready, launch the compute.
Hang on, sorry to interrupt. I'm going to try and re-enable that earthquake because I think that with the filter on it, that feels too smooth.
For the files you won't be coming back to. Now, when you're ready, launch the Computational Unit Manager Installation Helper, or CumWizard. This will generate an abundance of jizz files, which you can then load into your very...
I feel lied to.
Let's add it back in. It's a free effect.
Yeah. One sec. I'm going to actually
punch in a bit on her.
Punch in a bit just to really land that. And then also, I realize we need to put the
telephone.
Oh, where'd it go? Oh, it's on this file. Oops. Put the telephone there.
Feel like
watching videos and there's no one phone home. You got to apply the telephone.
Wizard.
This will generate an abundance of jizz files, which you can then load into your very...
I feel lied to.
That matches up good.
Yeah, there we go. I guess that's a crap, everybody.
We did it.
We done did it.
So, well, off camera, we'll pick up some music. Did we want to add that grindy back in for the pan?
The
earthquake.
Yes, I did.
Oh, never.
Yeah, no, I did add it back in so that it now jiggles a little bit because
for the files you won't be coming back to. Yep, now, there it is. When you're ready.
Yeah, because it felt too smooth otherwise. So like it's not perfect, but anyway. Hey everybody, we shot a crap. That was great. Thank you all for your involvement and for watching it. I hope that you all enjoyed this. I guess are we doing a subs thing, Paul?
Probably should, yes.
Should we go in the other room for that?
You could.
Unless you want to yell us the names and then we can yell them here. Yeah, we should go to the other room for that.
All right. Should we sign off here? We didn't talk about this part.
That's a good point.
We spent so long working on the tech to make all these different things
we
work.
got a term for this, actually. So, we're going to end the show, and we'll see you next time on the Crapshoot.
There we go.